in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Okay, here's what I would have done. Bro, no one cares what you would have done. Actually, everyone cares.
Welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast made for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Brought to you by the Embrace the Turn Up Podcast Network. And now your hosts, A-Dub,
BA,
E-Ray,
Let's do it, man. Let's get into it.
Do it.
Oh, don't bring back Snap Rap, Dub.
Jesus.
With that said, guys, you never know what to expect. This is Let Me Book the Territory, the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. I am your host, E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, a.k.a. Ping Malenko, a.k.a. Von Swagner. I am here with the fellas, my compadres, 3MB, 3 men that are black.
Yeah.
That's us. My compadre, A-Dub Dawkins. Dawks.
You know what it is. Shoulder tackling every Braun Strowman neck bearded weirdo in the internet wrestling community. It's been a long Mania week, and we're here.
Love it. Man, I can't tell you how much I popped for that. We will get into it because talk about moments. Talk about Wrestlemania moments. Shout out. I'm always bigging up Big Dogs on the Twitters. So that's definitely something we're gonna get into. Guys, and I know the silence is deafening. You can't even hear him. Because he said, hey, I don't have to talk. I let the money speak for me. In the t-shirt.
Let him know.
With the $1 million championship, the
Uncle
$1 million man. BA is the $1,000 guy. BA, DBS.
He said it sound like broken here.
What's good? It's smelling mighty broken here.
Hey, man.
BA DiBiase here to litter money amongst the masses, a.k.a. Black IRS, a.k.a. BA San Martino, because I'm about to lecture and give a sermon like Cody Luther King the first
Cody Luther
this
King.
evening. Best believe it. Some folks done forgot, and I'm here to remind them. Only I, the Quantum Leaper himself, can let y'all know why Roman Reigns is not the greatest champion ever, and we're going to talk about it tonight, amongst other things.
Well,
so let's
damn.
get into it.
Damn.
Well, damn. How do you follow that up? Guys,
You can't.
it has been... Right, okay. Show's over.
Game over.
Go home.
Go home.
Right, we don't even need... No more pod. That was a 10-minute pod.
Cut the mics off. Cut the lights off. We're going home.
And for the rest of the 7 minutes, it's just going to be silence. We're just
Yes.
going to... Insert ad here. Hey, Manscaped, wash your balls. The end. That's the end of the pod, guys. Tell them where you
Yes,
can find
sir.
it. No, guys, it's been a crazy weekend of wrestling. I'm just when you thought it was over, just when you thought we were at our apex, changing of the guards, changing of the owners, so much change. I don't do well with change. I'm feeling anxious here. So I don't know where you guys want to start. Do we want to recap like the weekend of wrestling, the shows, or do we want to go into the overarching umbrella, the take on this endeavor?
So let's hit them with the big thing, because the big thing informs everything else we're going to talk about. So if you guys aren't aware,
Sure.
the Monday after WrestleMania, after all of the emotion, they announced a sale. It's not fully a sale. Technically, it's a merger. Endeavor came in and said, "Yo, we acquired WWE. We're merging them with the USC to combine and make this Optimus Prime $21 billion media sports entertainment conglomerate." Ari Emanuel said, "Yeah, we here now." He made it known on CNBC that I'm not doing this without Vince. Vince showed up in that full porn stash. Just
like
talked
Gomez
about
Adams.
the sale. And then, after that, Vince, being the 80-year-old Tasmanian devil he is, went to work. But we'll get to the work he did. We'll get to that a little bit later. But from there, let's just backtrack a little bit to before the sale, the before times, as we'll call it now. WrestleMania weekend. For as much as we've talked about how some of the builds have suffered, and how great the Cody Roman build was, I thought this was a damn good card outside of the start of Sunday night. What are you guys feeling about the card overall? Did the card end up like paying off to your expectations? Did it suck? Did you love it? Was it meh? E-Ray, you're doing spirit fingers. Talk to me.
This is more like a intense promo action hand.
Grab my strong hand. E-Ray, grab it.
It's stronger. I'm gonna say this. I was just having this conversation with our affiliate valet Freeman the Demon in the chats, and we were talking about how was this WrestleMania, and I was like, he was like, this is one of the best WrestleManias ever, and I was like, last year was good too. I was like, last year was fire, and both nights delivered. Mm-hmm. I think this is the same, because he was saying that he didn't think that they still haven't figured out the 2-night situation yet, and I was like, I don't,
they got it figured out.
Yeah, I was like, I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
I think
it helps their product a lot. Honestly.
And Free will be on soon to give us a recap of his own WrestleMania experience. It wasn't in his city. It's a WrestleMania in my city, yeah, and it was going down. I definitely want to have him on there to talk about it, but I was like, I don't agree. I think that they have figured out, because I think it was WrestleMania 38, 37, 38 was whichever the swashbuckling shit was.
Pandemic Mania was supposed to be the first 2-night Mania.
Yes.
That was WrestleMania 36. No, 37.
No,
it had to be 37. Because 38 was Dallas.
No. Wait, is this 38 or 39?
This is 39. So,
it's 39.
So 3 years ago it would have been 36.
Oh, so I was right the first time.
This one was 39. Dallas was 38. Tampa was 37.
And Pandemic
that was the
36.
2-night one, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, the first 2-night one was Pandemic night.
Yeah. That because it was supposed to be in.
it was supposed to be in Tampa that year.
Yes.
And then they brought it back to Tampa.
Yes. Okay. So now that we kind of untangled that sticky situation, I was like, I don't agree. I think that first one was pretty entertaining for the circumstance. I think 37 was the one that was a little wonky. I was like, I don't know. It had its highs and lows for sure, but then last year in Dallas, loved it. Saturday had Cody. Saturday had Steve Austin. Sunday, they had like the big spectacles, and you had, of course you had the Roman Brock shit. It was like cool. It wasn't a big thing, but everything preceding that did hit as well. Mm-hmm. So they even had like the surprise shit. They had the Jackass match that was actually a hit. So there was a lot of things going on there that I think they did a good job. And honestly, I think this Mania was just as good, except for they didn't spread out the
bad matches.
I was gonna say IDGAF matches.
Yeah, it was
trying to be more respectful of talent.
Okay.
So they didn't spread it out. They literally was like, you know what? Just throw that shit on right there. Let's get these out the way. Instead of putting one of those should have opened Saturday, and one should have opened Sunday, or not open with it, or have that the cool down match. Because as I like to tell people, and I want to hear everybody else's reaction, but I was like, there was no way in hell that Brock and Omos was going to be a banger.
You know, I think we're like, we might be in the minority in thinking that. Like, I've heard
Really?
I've heard a lot of people on the IWC and Stat Guy Greg and a lot of people were prominent in the wrestling community.
He don't count.
Like they really were like excited for this match.
No, excited for, but were they excited with what they got? Because I will say that this is the first time I heard Triple H being disingenuous with the audience and the crowd. He said that in the presser at the end, and he was like, "Yeah, Brock and Omos." It was like they had a hell of a match, and like, you don't believe that.
I mean, what is he supposed to say? It's the COO. He want to come out here and shit on his own product.
No, you just don't mention it.
Did somebody ask him about it, or did he make it?
No,
bring it up?
he brought it up.
He opened with that, so he started going on like an opening about night 2 or whatever.
Got it.
And what I'm saying is, this is the first time that he's had to be like disingenuous since they've been doing the other stuff. It was like, all right, he didn't say LA Knight versus Bray was like a banger match or a great match. He was like, that was some things were happening there and stories were being told. Like, it's a way of paraphrasing it where it's like, I ain't gonna stand by this and be like, this shit was dope, but things were happening.
It made us some money.
Yeah,
I gotta talk about
it. This was the first time where he said some stuff and I'm like, come on, bro. And that might also play into the events of it all. So don't know that, but just saying this wasn't a really good match. And then they followed it up with what I was
the women's tag
hearing.
Showcase.
Yeah, with Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey both reportedly being somewhat injured and not being able to really work.
They didn't do anything in the match at all.
You could tell. I was about to say, it didn't work until the last 30 seconds.
So again, it's like these are some very interesting choices to go back to back, because for whatever they thought was gonna pop, I could have told you that. Like, it's one of those things where, like, again, everybody who's ever been in a relationship, Dub, just bear with us here. Everybody who's ever been in a relationship has had that partner where they've said something crazy. They're like, you know what? I really want to dye my hair. I want to cut my hair. And you're like,
you just like saying
I don't
stuff.
think so, but you know, you're your own
like
woman.
Saying stuff to hear yourself talk. That's what
right.
say.
Which outfit should I wear? Because this one really makes me look this. And you're like, I like this one. And they go they go do the other one. Mm-hmm. And then they go, I don't like this. I should. Oh, this make my feet hurt. Well, why didn't you wear the shit that don't make your feet hurt? It felt just like that. I was like, I could have told you that this wasn't gonna be good.
Relationships sound awful. I think I'll stay in the streets.
Do you, the streets, take me to be your lawfully?
No, right. You had it right.
Awfully
do you,
grody.
The streets, take me to be your
unprotected partner through sickness and grodiness.
Mostly sickness.
And crustiness.
Oh, you do take me? Okay, cool. Your Uber's here.
Right? You already took me. Take a hike. You're still here? I got a recording.
You're still here?
You need me to do Uber XL?
What excuse should I give you? Oh yeah, my mom's coming over for brunch. I thought you said your mom lived in Atlanta. Bitch, go. Leave me alone.
Well, see, this is why.
Trying to watch South Park reruns. Leave me alone.
Right, man.
Damn, you know, I don't even enjoy your company. It's over. Like, Dub doesn't choose wisely. Remember they said choose wisely. He's like, no, indiscriminate.
He just choosing.
Just choosing. Just choosing.
This Dub, eyes closed, pointing. You.
Choosy. Never got a rub. He's like, what? What are you talking about, Bun B? I do what I want. Right. Yes. So Dub B, as we have it, is making crazy decisions. And again, so is the E. And I'm like, WWE, you're I get it. It's the biggest show. You got to put the spectacle on. And I think it worked for what it was supposed to do, which is get everybody hyped, excluding us. Because
what
we kind of
the
knew.
Omos match or the women's?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, that women's match
the
did
Omos
nothing.
match.
Nah,
The
man.
women's match, I think, is you have to put it on the card. It is a way to get all those other women paid.
No,
And
I'm not saying it
kinda
was a mistake to
solidify.
put it on the card. I could just tell from the entrances it wasn't gonna. I'm like, as soon as they decided to do an entrance that had Shotzi in it and not have the tank, I said, bad decisions are being made to start this. It's not gonna get better.
That's the thing. They brought the tank. Didn't use it, though.
That don't make
See,
no sense.
again, bad decisions were being made to start it. And Ronda and Shayna are gonna win. There's no way it's gonna get better from here.
Yeah, I don't know what the impetus of this was, why any of these things would have happened. It just felt bad. Like,
I felt like they knew that these were the two worst matches on the card. It was like ripping the Band-Aid off because they was like, we got no place to go but up after this shit is on our card.
remember the pre-show? Instead of having Stephen A. and all these motherfuckers talk for an hour, put that shit on there. 'Cause I don't want to see it.
I don't know why they don't do that enough. That's a good point, E-Ray. I purposefully go out of my way to not watch the pre-show. I'll watch that random
Sorry,
ass
Peter
WWE
Rosenberg.
channel
We love you.
that's like on the channel side of Peacock and just watch whatever the fuck they put on there before I watch Booker T, Shooky down.
Shuck it, duck it, quack.
More than I
quack.
have to on Tuesday
sorry, Booker
nights.
T.
I love you, Booker T.
Shucky Ducky, quacking. We sorry.
It's a spoonful.
BA, it's
They
about
count so
checks
much
and
more.
championships.
I understand,
Right.
Book, but
Ain't no friends
if I
in
don't
this
gotta
industry,
see
BA.
It's all about Aladar.
It's all
Like,
about
wait.
these WrestleMania highlights before WrestleMania, and that's
Right, I was
y'all
like, it's
motherfuckers talking on my
WrestleMania
team.
though. But yeah, so let's get to the point.
After
Night
the
one.
women's 4-way,
Oh,
It
wait,
went
I
all
was
the
saying,
way up.
Night one, phenomenal.
yes.
Yeah, let's get into night one.
Night two, pretty good. As I said, I think I called it on the in the Twitterverse, on the Twitter streets. That's where it's safe. I play with a rubber.
I play on the streets.
Right. I'm choosy. I think I called it just saying, okay, because I'm sitting there buying a grill. I'm at Home Depot, like, oh shit, it's WrestleMania. It's a tornado
domestication
coming
shit.
through. It's all kinds of crazy shit happening. And then I'm like, oh man, and I'm like, oh, Omos and Brock. I'm like, oh, bet I ain't gotta watch this shit.
I would have took
But
my time too.
I watched on my phone, and I'm like, this is what we doing? And then after I got back to the house to deliver the grill, and I had to go drop the truck back off, I'm coming in, it's like, oh, they got the women's non-tag match championship showcase? Bet. I really don't care.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, after this, though, there's straight matches that are happening. It's about banger, 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 banger.
Exactly.
So I figured as much, and immediately that ended up being the case. So let's start with night one. Dub, take us there.
Night one. All right, so you get your entrance with Kevin Hart doing the cold open since WrestleMania is in Philly next year, and then you get Miz and Snoop Dogg because Snoop Dogg's doing all the side quests.
Dub, you're forgetting a very perfect part, the most important part of night one. Dub, where did you watch night one at, sir?
Oh,
You got to tell the people.
No, you're right.
Come on,
You're
man.
Right. You're right. The homie BA was so gracious to invite me into his home to be the first overnight guest to watch WrestleMania night one. And E-Ray, when I tell you they had a spread of food, there was veggies, there was sausage dip,
Whoa.
there was pizza, there was full boxes of fried chicken. I was like, yo.
Caviar.
All right, I was like, where's the caviar? Where's the escargot?
Nah, it's wrestling, man.
Where's the rosé?
I even told White Virgil that you
BA
don't
don't
need
drink
to come out of your
rosé.
quarters.
The wine was just straight liquid gold, like literally liquid gold.
Y'all know it. Y'all know the vibes. The Goldschlager Gold Flakes. We talked about it last week.
Yeah, it was
Dub
crazy.
got to see it all in person.
It was phenomenal. Like when I got to his crib, the song "Rich Forever" came on by Rick Ross, and it made perfect sense. I was like, oh, this nigga's rich forever.
Hey man, I live the
John
gimmick,
Legend.
as
Forever
they say.
and
I
ever.
live the gimmick.
Forever and
John
ever.
Legend was going off on that run.
Yeah. You have arrived. I said, oh, shit. Really? The timing, Spotify. So weird. But yes, no. BA, again, thank you for the hospitality. I had a
No
blast.
problem.
Got really
No
high.
problem.
It was great.
Well,
know how I
let me
feel.
ask y'all that. For night one, how did y'all receive it as, because the energy was very different in my house. It was literally just like me and my pets. So I'm just kicking it. So how was the for entertainment atmosphere for like a household? Did it go over well? Did it feel right, or was it like
I would say
when
it went over
people-
well because we had like a 50-50 of like dedicated fans and a couple of, BA's old work buddies and old football buddies. They weren't like fully watching the product anymore. But again, once you're there and you see people that are into it, you start watching and you're like, oh, I might be able to get into this. So they did a good job. They could definitely draw on some casuals with night one.
okay?
Facts.
Highlights, because I don't. We got a lot to cover, so I don't want to go particularly match by match. But let's say, BA, what was your standout? Give me 2 matches particular, and then we will dive into those matches.
The 2 that stick out in particular, as far as the highlight, Rhea and Charlotte. It started off slow and plotty. I was like talking to Dub during and other people watching, like, this shit don't look like it's gonna end well, and it just picked up out of nowhere. And I think it was Charlotte that was doing her best Shawn Michaels act as far as trying to steal the show, knowing that she wasn't going over, and she was just putting Rhea over, doing the old she can wrestle with the broom and she will make the broom look amazing type shit. So
yeah,
shout out to Charlotte for that.
I felt those vibes, and I think that was I honestly think that was close to match of the night. It was one of the 3 for night one.
I'd say.
It's like a 3-way tie for me almost.
I wasn't gonna get into this match, but the match of the night to me, because it was the cap, the Usos and KO and Sammy. That was just all the feels, all the storyline. Even though we didn't get our conclusion we thought we were gonna get on Sunday, we'll get into. But it was nice to see Sammy get back on Jay. But the other thing I was gonna bring up, more of a low light to me, because I probably have to take a. I'm sorry.
Low light. We'll get there. But
it was the other thing that stuck out. I didn't want to talk about the Usos. There was another match I had to talk about, but we'll stick with the highs. Let me know when I
on
can
a
go
negative, right?
It's for me, but probably not for y'all.
We'll get there. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna specifically ask you. It's like you got. See, BA ain't been in a roller coaster in a long time. He forgot.
Nah, man. I ain't been outside in a minute as far as Cedar Point.
And then all of a sudden, clack, 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 clack. We up there. Then.
I need that Millennium
ain't
Force.
Been there yet.
I ain't
He's
there.
just like, he's just ready.
Right.
I'm married. Get it over with. Pull my pants off. Give me the chicken.
Whoa!
I'm sleepy. What? What is this?
Cody's chicken or the fried chicken? What are we talking about?
Better say the
Either
big piece.
or both. Right. That is a big piece of chicken. Yeah, so Dub, what was your highlight match?
So I'm gonna ask you guys this question leading to my highlight match. Do you guys know when the last time a tag team match main event at WrestleMania?
Was it never?
No. BA.
Oh, so it did happen. Okay.
My brain's going. You say WrestleMania?
Yeah, when's the last time a tag team match main event at WrestleMania?
Main evented. Going through the Wayback Machine in my brain. I cannot think of a tag team match that would have did it, but I'm very intrigued to hear what it is.
WrestleMania 1.
Oh, duh. Mr. T and Hulk Hogan.
Hogan and T
Roddy
versus Piper and Cowboy Bob Orton.
Pity the floor.
Wow.
That's how long it's been since a tag team match main evented WrestleMania.
Wow.
And
That's a great
damn it,
trivia
this
question.
one was worth the wait. To me, this is one of
39 years
the
later.
best WrestleMania matches I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them. The story they told within the match to cap off one of the best stories in the past 20 years was just unreal. Just an unreal story. And that moment for those two guys to get the tag team titles in the city where they had the match that got them both signed while being a tag team against the Briscoes after Jay Briscoe's passing. Like it's a beautiful culmination to their story inside WWE and their story outside WWE. So that was my big one. My other highlight match of the night was going to be Seth and Logan Paul. Again, like Triple H says, Logan Paul has no business being as good as he is. The only low light from that match was KSI getting pulled onto the table and Logan Paul not seeing it before jumping through it.
Wait, that was your low light?
Of that match. Not my low light of the night, no. I have another low light of the night. But that match was really good. It was really good.
And I had some other things about that match that were definitely more of a low light than that. I actually very much enjoyed that. But okay, we'll get there. So far, BA really loved the Rhea Charlotte, one of the best women's matches ever. I will stand by that. I'll put that out there. Fight me, and I'm not being a prisoner in the moment. I think my golden standard, and it's top three for sure. Because I always mention, I always pay homage to what Sasha and Bayley did at that takeover. I think it was Brooklyn.
Yes.
Takeover Brooklyn 2, one, whichever. I don't remember. Sue me, but that match was incredible. Sasha and Bayley made me like, oh shit, this is what women's wrestling really is. And I was like, I've never felt that much like emotion during a match. Like, wow, this is dope. 2 being probably what Sasha and Bianca did at WrestleMania. That was another one that was like, holy fuck, they are going for it. And the spot where she picks gorilla presses Sasha Banks and walks her up the stairs, like, doggy, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
And then I will find somewhere to put in this Charlotte and Rhea match, and then probably an honorable mention to Bayley and Bianca as well. It probably SummerSlam or something like that. One of those were really good matches as well. But again, it's up there no matter what. So no matter how you feel, even if you don't think it's the best, it's there. For Dub, the Logan Paul and Seth match, I liked it, but it did not make one of the three. That BA has my top, and then of course the tag match was my second top. The third one that no one seemed to mention, the one I said would probably bring the house down, was the men's tag team fatal 4-way, which was fucking nuts.
Oh
And
yeah,
I was like, holy
that was
shit.
great.
I was busy
balls.
being a host. I was showing people the palace. Dub was watching it. He told me it was great. I saw the super suplex. That was it.
It was all the things. It was so much action. I would recommend, if you go back and watch that, like, you don't have to watch Monday Night Raw or all of Raw. we know that. We'll get into that. But if you watch that match, I was like, oh, they are going. And the things that were happening, it was so many beautiful spots. I can't even remember them all because I was just popping galore. But the one I did remember is Braun Strowman going for the Strowman Express. Not once, but twice, knocking motherfuckers out. And out of nowhere, here comes Angelo Dawkins, blowing his ass up like his name was another Dawkins. Like he was another Brian Dawkins. Wow, blew his motherfucker up. And I'm like, holy shit, I never seen Braun go flying like that. Unexpected, blew my mind. I'm like, oh shit. Dawkins gets caught, and I'm thinking, oh, he's about to take the pin. He gets the knees up. Then what's his name gets the splash. Montez gets the splash. And then he finishes by getting the pin. All the shit that I talked about with them not respecting Dawkins, I felt right there was a moment for him. And I could only feel that Vince had just not gotten there yet. because they gave him what it was, and I was like, there was such great talent in that match. That was something to love. That match was incredible to me. So that was one alongside the other two. So I think if you pick any of those three, the tag match that closed the night, the Rhea and Charlotte match that technically should have been the main event of the night, or that opening showcase match, any of them work as far as like my match of the night. I can't choose between the three of them. It's like my kids. Lies, because I definitely have favorite kids. When I have a child, I will be able to name my favorite, flat out. It doesn't matter. Daddy, am I your favorite? No, you're not.
No.
I mean, you're cool. I like you. You're cool. You're cool. But you ain't. You know. But regardless. So, I mean, I say that to say those matches were fantastic. Now, to BA's favorite part, because he's so fucking impatient. What was the lowlights, BA?
I gotta talk through this because we have to prepare for camera because big things coming soon. You dig? So BA's currently grabbed a bottle of Crown Royal Peach from the festivities this weekend, gifted by the phenomenal AJ Styles, AJ Dub Styles.
I was like, wait, what?
Like
AJ Styles brought you.
Right. Shit.
He would have brought me a Bible, not a bottle of Crown Royal. If it was AJ Styles. But
hey there, BA. Right. I just thought I'd mention, get you some good Crown Royal Peach. Like, all right, thanks.
But
AJ Styles.
I pull this out for the low light of the night for me. Last week I was very adamant about a certain open challenge taking place for the U.S. title on the Monday after Raw. Or Monday after WrestleMania. So, yeah, that match, big match, John and Theory, man. It was like for him to put Theory over, he didn't wrestle like he was putting somebody over. Like he gave us the classics. He did a haphazard
hits, yeah.
But he looked so like the man didn't tan. He didn't he looked like my grandfather jogging down to the ring. Shout out to your granddad's white. He's old and 85. He's not white though. Last
he
I
looked
checked.
like my granddad.
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
damn, your dad's old white.
It's just that match really bothered me for what it was supposed to be by what they gave us. Like I could see like in all of those STFUs, excuse me. Cena was like coaching him up, just bald spot all of my TV screen. I'm like, I don't want to see all that.
I knew it was gonna be that bald spot. I tried to be silent, but I'm like, I can tell. I said it. I was like, oh man.
Oh, I'm already bald. I can talk about people's bald spots. Y'all people with hair, I understand. Y'all gotta be careful.
No. It's different. The bald spot and just being bald are vastly different. The bald spot is like, especially when you're in athletics. So this was prime Hogan bald spot. Because it's like all the hair that was coiffed around it. He's been running around doing stuff. So now it's sweating down and the bald spot is ever apparent. With
and it's
everything. It's like a bird nest.
Yeah.
With everything else around. I was like, oh, I was like, just going to ruin
like
some childhood.
Monty Burns-esque, like comb over happened. And I'm like, John, geez, this hurts to watch for all the wrong reasons. Like, so that really bothered me. So I took a big L on that one. So cheers, fellas. That was my low light of the night. Just what that was supposed to be. I don't think it really elevated Theory all like that. I think we're gonna forget about that match unless we go back and talk about WrestleMania 39 and John Cena's last WrestleMania. That's the only reason it'll be brought up.
Shout out to that. I think BA, you have coincidentally introduced a new segment. We may actually have to start doing
I like it.
A shot at the low lights.
Yeah,
like it might
it's needed.
Might be a thing.
It's needed. Stay tuned, listeners.
Right. I said that's a good one. We'll get a sponsored by effing vodka or some shit.
Hey, well we gotta be big time because I ain't drinking no bullshit. Sorry, I ain't no 21-year-old.
Look at this snob.
My body is a temple. Damn it.
Hey, did the check cash? Shit, well, I drank.
Facts.
But
your neighborhood sellouts.
Right. Give me a high five. cut and be spit that shit out. It was terrible.
Right.
Anyway, I definitely feel a little bit different, honestly.
Okay.
Dub, how do you feel about it? I don't want to hog the mic, but I think I felt that same sadness, but I think that's what I liked about it. I enjoyed the fact that it was like, oh man,
I think
John Cena. It felt like the passing of the torch. Literally, like, oh yeah, John Cena don't feel like big match John. This feels like if John Cena got a JBL transplant. It felt like they just put him in that body. I was like, oh, this is just JBL in John Cena cosplay.
This was not a passing
Big
of the torch.
white man.
This was the passing of a lit cigarette that's getting ready to go out in the winter wind.
I'd say a roach blunt, not even a lit cigarette. At least you get something from a lit cigarette.
You're right, yeah. This is the passing of the roach blunt full of Reggie and oregano.
Damn! See?
The Reggie.
Like, this did nothing for Theory, and it was supposed to do everything for Theory.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
Yeah, like,
Right.
and only good thing about this match is that Theory won. Because if Cena put on that performance and they booked him to win it,
yeah,
they would have just had to fire Theory the next day because there'd be no way he could recover.
Well, let me ask you, Dub.
Okay.
And NBA, feel free to chime in. Was it John's, like, was it John that was so bad, or was it just seeing him in that condition? And like, because to me, I didn't feel like the match was bad. I just didn't. It didn't do anything for anybody. It just was like,
for an opening match at WrestleMania, I guess the tone of it, because night 2 was pretty flat out the gate.
I was like,
and not to say it was
almost
flat.
Bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, not to say it was even flat, because once we knew that was the opening match, like, I popped when Theory came out. First person you seen on the fucking dope WrestleMania stage. By the way, one of the best stages that I've seen in all the WrestleManias.
Since
I love
WrestleMania New Orleans.
Facts. I mean, I'm a
That's a
sucker
great
for
part.
movie concepts. You get me with the movie posters, I'm all in. But and then Cena, oh man, Cena bringing Make-A-Wish kids down to the stage to watch their hero take the worst L their hero has ever taken. Who wrote this diabolical shit?
Yeah, you're just a terrible person.
Oh my god!
They was like, look, I love the memes all over Twitter, like damn, John Cena brought them Make-A-Wish kids there, and Austin Theory didn't care. I was like, yeah, Austin Theory made a wish, and it wasn't to lose to John Cena. That nigga was like, I'm with it.
That is evil,
and that's what it is. So I was like, I like this. It's very much akin. How we open is how we close. You bring out you do all the things.
I can't deny
and then
that
you cut them down. And I was like, that's good storytelling right there.
I can't
Kids
deny
gotta
that.
find out life is hard if they don't already know.
Fact.
Man, this is a WrestleMania. Like, if you're a kid and you've been watching wrestling for a couple years and then you watch this WrestleMania, you grew up real quick this weekend.
Facts.
Real quick.
Found out Santa was real quick. It wasn't real.
Right.
Said as Bob and Dad. Sorry, guys.
Not to mention, like, wait, hold up. John Cena didn't invent the "You Can't See Me" dance. All kids, all like these Gen Z
terrible
kids
rapper from Queens. What?
All these kids are so distraught right now. Like, my hero has a bald spot, and he didn't even invent the dance. He's a fraud.
Right.
You can't see.
And he ain't wearing the pumps. He was wearing some low cut forces. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Do you know what this is? G-Unit.
And the 5 knuckle shuffle, man, was so lazy. It was all so bad. It's a great song.
It is a good song. I'm not even gonna hold
John Cena.
Wake up, Lisa, in the morning.
Yeah, he was the end of an era because he killed G-Unit. After that, they tanked.
Oh, when you said end of the era, I thought you was talking about John.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it all works.
So
I would
that
argue
too.
the game killed G-Unit.
Two things
That's
can
a
be-
whole nother podcast.
Nah, his first album still slapped.
Oh, the documentary slapped, but him and 50 couldn't get along,
Look,
Couldn't
50
make that
Cent,
bad.
Get Rich or Die Trying. Then you had
Massacre.
what was? No.
To my Banks.
It's about like in chronological.
Hunger for More.
Hunger for More.
That was my favorite rapper and for a long period of time.
Oh, we were all that same.
And
then the unexpected, the Young Buck.
Young Buck. His first album wasn't bad. It had that single.
Not bad.
That shit was great.
Shorty wanna ride with me. That single.
Don't be scared now.
First G Unit album was not bad. The Hunger for More, the G Unit album, shit was that shit was fire.
They were on a run.
Beg for Mercy, that's what it was. Yeah.
Then a documentary. And then what was it? The Massacre or
50's album. That was okay. It wasn't my favorite 50.
And then it was Tony Yayo. And that's where, like, Rotten Apple, people love Rotten Apple somehow, and I don't understand it.
Nah, that was when Banks started to get exposed, in my opinion.
I don't gonna say exposed. I just say
it was a lazy album.
Not Hunger for More.
It was lazy. Hunger for More, like you could.
It wasn't the album it was supposed to be.
Every song on there was a banger.
As Joe Budden let us know that he left his album in the CD of some groupie.
Yeah.
And it got leaked. The leaked version of Rotten Apple is a really good album.
And I think that's the same thing that happened. Well, minus though that context, not in that same context, but that happened to J. Cole. Sorry, we are diving into music here, guys.
Music podcast.
J. Cole happened the same thing. Friday Night Lights was his original album. It got leaked, so he was like, "Oh, well, this is a mixtape now." And then we're gonna create the Sideline Story, which I did not really love. But it's actually still not a bad album. But it's
not a bad album.
Mr. Nice Watch or
I like Mr. Nice Watch. I don't understand why people hate that song so much.
You would. You're the same. You know who likes Mr. Nice Watch? The same guys who was hyped for Omos and Brock Lesnar.
Oh wow, okay. That's an insult.
E-Ray's light skin on light skin hate is like is
what
against J. Cole? Like, where's all this?
I love J. Cole. I just didn't like that album.
All right,
the first album was bad.
All right, fair enough. I had to check. The
Born
temperature.
Center, incredible.
All right.
And that's evil.
I had to make sure.
Exactly. We get it.
You're right.
You gotta drop the quasi from your nickname. You're just full bad guy.
I'm
just bad. Okay,
you're full blown bad guy.
Make-A-Wish kids the
full blown bad guy.
Yes, full blown.
Sorry, the results are in. You got full blown bad guy.
99.9% positive. You are the bad guy. No.
Well, I mean, we were just talking about bad. I do want to circle back. One of my lowlights. No. Okay. Still night one. One of my lowlights was the entrance of Logan Paul. That shit got talked about like this was about to be fire.
Cheese, bro.
It was. Hey guys, it was like him trying to talk his way through it. Hey,
back in LA.
I got the zip line for my birthday.
Aren't you mad?
Like, this is not working for me.
I was like, man, am I being worked? Because I really hate him right now.
That's because he hangs out with Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels trains with him 24/7. So he said, I better shout out my homie, the mentor that got me to look decent in these matches and do his most famous entrance at WrestleMania. That's all I can think about it, why he did that, because that shit was ass. It was not original.
I was thinking a different.
The first guy did it better.
Yeah, I'm not. But yeah, it was just like, nah, this does nothing for me. And then I was like, something else is gonna happen. And then the stupid Prime Water guy came out, which I liked that it played a factor later on. But the fact that it just came out, I was like,
I thought it was Jake Paul at first.
I did too. I definitely was like, oh, that's Jake Paul. There's no way it's not Jake Paul.
Same.
And it wasn't. But genius. I love, again, what Dub hated. I loved it, the fact that they got him involved. He switched them, moved them over, and got splashed on. I thought that was hilarious.
I liked it. They just didn't time it right. Like,
there you go. I was about to say
the timing of it. Like Logan looked at him and said, "Oh, hi KSI. Let me drink another cup of coffee."
Too much adrenaline. Too much adrenaline. Joe.
Okay.
You don't know nothing about this. You don't know nothing about that athlete life. You be too adrenalized. You be like, ah! It's like you can't stop. Oh, let me put it in Dub terms that you understand. It's like when you were at the bar and you struck out a few times.
Okay.
They playing that Sweet Caroline and you and the worst Gila monster make eye contact. And you're like,
no.
Adrenaline rush. and you just like, I gotta take some home tonight.
That ain't adrenaline.
Nah, I would
That's
just go to the Waffle House. I would just go start a fight in the Waffle House. It's fine.
Okay, well, yeah, fact.
Get the adrenaline out the
Dub
other
does
way.
have integrity.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Dub. The adrenaline pushed him over. It was kind of, well, actually, better yet, it's like when you enter the arena known as the Waffle House.
Okay.
You go into it, and it's like, fight. And you're like, what?
Chair out of nowhere.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
Right.
Like, every time you enter Waffle House, you probably just become like some type of Mortal Kombat kid. It's
Facts.
like,
Yeah, the one from the movie that you hate.
Shujinko.
Yes.
So, like, what is this? Waffles again. Like, I don't know. I guess these things happen, but again, match was fine. I loved Drip Seth, his ode to Rihanna and the Super Bowl. Fire.
Oh,
I
that
thought
was
it was
and-
Dub's favorite
and-
wrestler, Jeff
wearing
Jarrett.
crazy shit.
That's what
I
I
was
thought
like,
it was.
and Jeff Jarrett. It was a combo pack. Combo pack, baby.
He did that just for Dub. I'm lucky he
Yeah.
can't walk out there with a shitty guitar either. Like,
Right.
looking
Slap
at
nuts.
somebody.
Seth nuts.
Don't piss me
Oh,
off, Dub.
How are we still talking about Jeff Jarrett in 2023?
Yo, that
Shut
needs
up,
to be on
Seth
a
nuts.
t-shirt.
Crunch. Yeah. Well, that was pretty much night one. Some things haven't. I didn't really care about the Bad Bunny stuff or the Bad Bunny of it all. The clothes. Let's talk about the controversy here. Do y'all think that it makes sense to have the women not close the show? Because when the women they wrestle in the Royal Rumble, they are guaranteed a main event at WrestleMania. There's 2 nights now, and they still can't get the finale.
No, it's
and
not. It's
that
not a
prime
main
spot.
event. They're guaranteed. It's a shot at whatever women's title that they want. They don't guarantee them a main event.
I think you might want to go back and look at the
At the tape, go back to Royal Rumble.
yeah.
right.
It was
I'll go back
floating
to
on
the
Twitter.
tape.
Listen,
It was floating on Twitter
I
that
don't give a
it
fuck what they
said.
say. I don't give a fuck what they say.
Uh-oh.
Usos and
I mean,
Sammy
cancel
closed that
D-Ray.
show. Usos and Sammy closed that show. I don't
Hey
care.
guys, get me out the shot. Get me out the shot. Like,
I don't care. I
solo
don't
on dub.
care.
Solo on dub.
Can you Photoshop me out of this thing?
Camera 5
They've
on
told
dub.
the best story they've told in 20 years involving those 4 men. Like, you're telling me that the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kay are going to put that match on, and then you want me to watch Charlotte Flair? Ooh.
So
I would argue that putting them in the main event after that match would put them in a bad spot.
That's a fair argument.
I'm with you. I was like, that is a fair argument. I thought
Especially
about that
after
myself.
ending, like how that
But-
match ended.
Right, but I was like, I would make the argument one of two ways. Just like that match got us there. There was some, if I'm not mistaken, there was some fluff, and then they finished it off. I don't think those were like back to back. I don't.
Oh,
remember.
like they had like somebody come out, like
it was-
maybe the
it
Hall
was
of
some
Famers or
It was
some
some
shit.
bullshit.
It was
Something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it
know.
brought the
I
crowd
was
back
drunk.
down,
I
and
don't
that's
know.
also why. Right, me as well. by that time, I was throwing them back. Woo! But no, that it because that's again why, to BA's point, Charlotte and Rhea were started slow. They deliberately cooled down the match, cooled down
Stretch
the
it
crowd,
out.
and then start revving y'all back up, and it was a masterclass in it. So. Honestly, I could have seen either way, but I do understand.
But also to
the
Triple
final-
H's point, like, we don't put people in the main event. Like, the main event is what it is. It's decided based on, like, what's the hottest thing going in right now. Like when
I get
when
that.
they
I'm
actually
just
main
saying.
evented
Just having a discussion.
Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda, that was the hottest story. I mean,
Agreed.
or Sasha and Bianca.
they didn't main event though. Stone Cold did. But you're not gonna outdraw Stone.
If I was about to say, if Stone Cold doesn't show up though, they main event that.
Yeah, no, yeah. If Stone Cold
Night
doesn't
one.
show up to night 1 of last year's, Sasha and Bianca are your main event.
No, that was Becky and last year's WrestleMania wasn't Sasha and Bianca. That was 2 years ago.
That was Becky and Bianca last year. Yeah,
Okay,
Becky and
right.
Bianca.
Yeah,
You're right.
'Cause I watched that from home.
You're
and
right.
I was like, oh shit! I was like, this is incredible. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was heel Becky.
All I'm saying is
Yeah.
I missed Sasha.
And they
That's all
did
I'm
main
saying.
event because they were the first black women to main event a WrestleMania.
Okay, you're right. I remember Michael Cole saying that now, like 35
Yeah,
times.
look at you, BA. BA, you allowing this? You want to let him take your crown for?
I mean, I can't really. I mean, BA's more of the specialist of the 5 years and longer. 5 years and shorter, smoking medicinal, short-term memory. We're not gonna talk about it.
Enough said. We go new topics for BA. New sponsor coming along. We selling out fast. But
shit.
yeah, I just think that either way, I think it could have been done. But it's precarious. What if the guys, or how often have the main event or winner of Royal Rumble main evented WrestleMania? So that's the only difference I would say. Again, with the storyline, it's a higher chance and a higher percentage that the men are going to have that.
Well,
they have
when
more
Seth won
opportunities
it,
to do
they
so.
opened a match. Remember?
That was because of Brock. Brock was like, "Fuck this."
Even in the,
Get it out of here.
I watched the watch along of that match Seth did on YouTube this past week, and Seth even said that he was not prepared to the point where he didn't even eat yet. And there's this part where you can see him stumble like he was about to pass out when he came out.
Shit.
He even called the spot. He was like, "Yep, you see me stumble right there? If I didn't regain my feeding, I would have fell into the crowd." I was like, wow. So that's how much Brock pulled the Brock card in that WrestleMania.
So, kills your argument, dude. But
Dub is
I feel
wrong.
you. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was an interesting thing. And again, as we are purveyors in the space, we are lovers of women's wrestling.
Yes, we are.
I think it's just important to make an argument. And it's very much similar to the argument of women being paid properly in comparison to the men. I think it's like,
In all fields.
I mean, technically we will want that, but what generates the most revenue? It's very similar to that. It's hard to say, oh, women should be getting paid these $1 million contracts, which technically, yes, they should. But why do the men get paid these $1 million contracts? Because they generate so much revenue. It's technically a piece of that revenue. So very similar with the women. I would love to see them main event WrestleMania. And I think this is one of the stories, if it was built better, that it would have been a better story. I don't think, even though it's 3 years in the making, they just didn't build it that great. And
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sure, you sound like
Dub.
me. You sound like me, Dub. Get them Deion Sanders cleats, backpedaling ass.
That's what I was,
No,
that's
Dub.
what I was saying.
Dub let me go ahead and do all the heavy lifting, and then he just went and
Yeah,
Ezekiel
that.
Elliott
That's
my
what I
shit.
said.
Goal line, blast,
Right.
yeah. Touchdown for
Like
us
Ronda
both.
and Shayna in the Fatal 4-Way on night 2. Exactly. Everybody else did the heavy lifting. They got the pin. Boom.
Facts.
But after that
Facts.
match, we got what might be the greatest Intercontinental title match in WrestleMania history between the
Started
Ring General,
bangers.
Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. Spoiler alert, fellas, we were all wrong on this one. We all picked Sheamus. And Gunther was like, yeah, watch this.
Shots. Yeah, we should just start taking shots. I don't know how to. I'm scared though. We'll do this for special events only, or the Big Four only, because
Definitely a Big Four.
We'd be wrong all the time.
Hell yeah.
Like, I'm drunk as shit.
Right.
And then Brian Lesnar.
I got work
Yeah, can't do
tomorrow,
that.
man. I can't be
But-
getting lit like
right.
that.
I mean, if we're doing
Right.
if we're doing shots for like we wanted to, in theory, do shots for all the matches we got wrong, we'd all be doing the same amount of shots. Believe it or not.
Like 2.
Oh no, like 6. We each got
No.
6 wrong.
Oh God.
Well, we'll revisit that. I also want to know what that NXT standing was as well, because I know we had some bets and stuff on the line. But yeah, night 2 kicking it off. Night 1 had such a grand conclusion. So excited for it. Night 2 opened, as we discussed, with terrible 2 matches. I think those were our low lights. Highlight A-Dub. That's not the main event. Outside of the main event.
Oh, it's got to be the Intercontinental title match. It was just unreal. Like, I don't know how they all decided they was gonna go to work on Monday or Friday.
All right, or breathe afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The finish of the Bianca and Asuka match, I thought that was a highlight of the night. And shout out to Edge and Finn for really going for it.
Yeah.
They went
Especially
for it,
Finn.
Yeah.
Being injured.
Yeah, shout out to Finn working that entire match with a torn calf. But yeah, those are my highlights. The Intercontinental title, the Bianca finish, and just kudos to Edge and Finn for just going for it.
Finn was doing all kinds of weird voodoo shit with some purple smoke. Ooh, yeah. And so that I'll save that for my highlight. Definitely gonna say it had to be probably. Ooh, I don't know. I did love the Intercontinental match. Was incredible. It really was something special. They beat the hell out of each other. Love that. Outside of that, honestly, it kind of like blurred together because there was just so much, just whatever stuff that I was like, oh, okay, I like that. Bianca again. I think Bianca her entrance. Come on. Bianca Belair is always putting on for black women, for black girls, people of color, and it's always like a proud, exciting moment when she does it. She comes out with the little girls of Compton, and they all dancing and shit. I'm like, come on now. I ain't even got no daughters, but I just felt like I'm so proud. So, BA, I know you and Dub would like, yeah, it's still real to me, damn it. Let me hold my baby tight.
Why me too? I don't have any children out here that I know of that I claim on my taxes yet.
I was about to say, figured that you do.
Said it all.
Right, yeah. That
statement was worth $1 billion child support checks. BA. Yes, I'm sure that was a moment for you. Did it translate for me, or as it did for me, to yourself, or how did you feel about?
Oh yeah, man, all the feels. I legit had goosebumps watching them little girls and get to put on for Bianca. Amazing, especially once we found out the backstory for the little girl that had her mom pass away the same day. Like, dude, I'm like, come on, Trips, what you trying to do to me, man? Like, geez.
I know, like, just tugging at the heartstrings for sure, because it's like, at one token, I'm like, this has to be one of the toughest days of her life. And again, we don't know the situation behind it, whether she, it was something that was kind of planned, or it was whatever the case may be. Like kind of as she was sick or something like that. But regardless, the bottom line is she's a young lady who lost her mom, and
very young,
and then to experience such a low, and then probably one of the biggest highs ever, performing in front of 80,000 people and being like that kind of star performer with someone I can only imagine that she knows and looks up to. At the same time, like, I can't even juggle those feelings, and I think that she did a great job. They performed, and it was really a smiling thing, and then the fact that they had them on and talking, I was like, that's awesome. So shout out to Bianca for again always putting on. Shout out to those young ladies for doing their shit, and like literally they gave them the stage for about like 2 minutes and did a whole routine. And I was like, that's fire. Like, that just puts on for them, because who knows where all that money gets to go back to, or people see them and they get invited to other things for that. So super dope. And then to actually have a really good match afterwards. Bianca Belair, Jane Cena, the run continues. I said that. I think she's going to be champion for quite some time. You got to end eventually, but I just don't.
Do you?
I don't know who does it.
Do you?
Yeah.
When they bring Nikita Lyons up to the main roster and put that strap on her.
Squash her in 3 seconds.
There it is.
The Lions Den is back open, ladies and gentlemen.
Then under new management, the main roster. Now coming to the stage.
B.A. DiBiase, a.k.a. Dollar Bill from the Players Club.
A.k.a. Hey.
Oh, that dude that stands at the stairs.
I see you dancing the other day, Nikita. See you dancing at Wrestlemania, Nikita. What you want, Marvin? I got a kid. Just dance for me, please.
I got class in the morning, Marvin.
Get out of here, B.A.
I gotta be at the performance center in the morning.
I cashed out my daughter's stocks and bonds on you.
Right.
I traded in my championships off of Ric Flair.
I just cashed a 529 plans out for you.
Just one more dance. Just one more dance. Yo, it's E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the side god of pod, and I'm here to tell y'all, come check out my show, Binge Flicks and Chill. You never know what you're going to get, but we always talking some good shit when it comes to television and the latest movies. So we want to bring y'all in. We want to make sure you have a good time. You learn something, you laugh, you cry, you might stab a nigga or two. I don't know what you're going to get, but that shit's popping. So come check out Binge Flicks and Chill. And it's me, E-Ray, and I'm out. Well, we'll see if BA survives when Nikita Lyons make it to the main roster. But again, a low light for me for this week Wrestlemania had to be something of we already talked about the low lights. All that shit that happened in the very beginning. I was like, this is ass. But one of the more low lights of something that still was great was the entrance of Edge and Finn, particularly Finn. I did like Edge's entrance, Slayer at WrestleMania, the T2 Kanye skull mask. I'm like, this shit is all kinds of shit.
I hate they just put up there Brood Edge. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, they lazy. I told you they just wanted the didn't I tell you this a couple weeks ago? Like or it was the last week, Demon Finn. They just wanted to have the monikers. And it was like, y'all didn't have to do that.
Brood Edge. I'm like, really, guys?
And no Brood music played.
That's what the most.
Yeah, that was the worst part.
That's what got me, and I was like,
And then, especially because I saw on Twitter, Gangrel was in LA. I'm like, oh, he's definitely coming out with Edge. Nope,
he didn't.
He's just there for WrestleCon.
Yes,
great.
And that right? Okay, cool. Brood Edge, and then Finn Balor. The music came out. I had a whole written thing about this, and guys, bear with me here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Give me some notes. This is what I do because I have a very imaginative brain. I love television and media and shit like that. So what we actually got was Finn Balor coming out to the regular Demon music, no tweaks, no changes, wearing the blackface with the like, not racially, guys, but he was wearing blackface with purple and red streaks. I love the beard was all black. It looked very cool, but it just had purple streaks in it. And then he had some purple twiny shit on his arm, like like the Ultimate Warrior or something. I was like, cool, I guess. And then it said like Balor on the back with the tongue, and I was like, yeah, okay. And he had some purple smoke, and this was all to signify the entanglement of Judgment Day within the demon character.
Not Prince in the Revolution, no.
I mean, it might have been for purple, right?
For you, and Finn almost died in that match.
Right,
man.
Finn will die for you. Taking a ladder to the face. Yeah, I. Okay, this is my suggestion. Stick with me here, guys. Instead of what we got, all I needed was that big ass screen behind Finn with his purple, black and purple Judgment Day jacket with the mask on, all the swaggy Finn shit that you get, him flexing and just like saying something like, I don't know, the demon, you're not ready for my demons, or something like that. or you asked for the demons. Or it's like, this is what you get. Him just flexing. and then him like shaking or something, and then smoke starts to fill the little arena stage or the screen, and with that you just see like Finn actually pop out like the demon Finn, but instead of like out of the screen, it just looked like he kind of shot him off the screen or something like that. Some kind of big production of it. It's Hollywood, dog. We could have did something cool in that regard. Have that happen, and then the coloring of Finn, instead of just doing like the regular demon, the regular goofy demon hat and all that stuff, I didn't like any of that. It's like, have it literally just black and purple.
Yeah.
And it just signified the Judgment Day, so that way it gets a better tie-in with the Judgment Day. You don't need the red stuff. Have it black with a little ooze, and then have, just some tie-ins with the character now that's not just a color. And I thought that was just kind of lame. And I wanted a little bit of a remix of his music. Because, again, it just... and it felt the same. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Nostalgia. But really slow it down. Give us some chopped and screwed. And it, like kind of how they did with the Judgment Day version of Finn's music. Give us that. And have them just kind of walking out a little bit different, kind of less creeping around, kind of stop doing the Exorcist. That was most of the match. I was like, this motherfucker need a tic tac. Crazy stuff. But outside of that, the match was really good, especially as Dub mentioned, Finn's wrestling with partial face and torn calf muscles and all that shit. Edge and him really put on, and audible needed to be called because he was getting staples in his face and they had to numb him and do all this stuff. So they did that right there in the ring, and I was like, well, damn. And then him and Edge kept going, and they really brought it. Like, so they did a good match, and they were really going for it. So I didn't hate it.
They put staples in his head, and then he decided to jump off the cage through a table with an already torn calf. That's what I mean, man.
Yep.
Dude was going for it. And all your points about the entrance, valid. 100% valid. I popped for the old music because OG Finn fan here, but I totally get it. Like, I thought because they did that dope what's my man's name? Kurt Russell thing in the vignette, what if they did something like, Edge, now you have to face the demon's judgment. And Finn is standing back there in like one of the Judgment Day robes that they do in the AI thing. And then, it pops out of it with the... And then again, they play the new music. That would have made it cooler. But again...
Yes. Too much to ask.
Yeah, All they gotta do is hire us. All they gotta do is hire us.
That's it. The showcase of the Immortals. That's what you want. You want something... Like, if Triple H, that has nothing to do with his theme, can have fucking Terminators. He got T2s popping out for no reason. You telling me you can't just give Finn a couple of fucking VR shits and like some...
Man, especially because you know what? I was gonna say, well, Trips, that Terminator Genesis movie came out with Trips, but to rebut my own rebuttal, I didn't remember they had that stupid ass Exorcism movie being sponsored, so they could have easily worked that in there.
Exorcist.
Exactly.
Fuck! Damn it, Dale! You're so right.
It was right there. They even paid Russell Crowe to talk before Edge came out. They could have did something.
So have Russell Crowe, and sure, maybe Russell Crowe isn't coming.
No,
but you could have did a scene and look. We seen Twitter, we seen the AI porn or whatever they be doing with people and shit. They be doing all kinds of stuff. You tell them you couldn't just have like some of the clip of that movie, like him talking and saying shit, and then all of a sudden Finn just sitting there, and then the demon starts to rise out of him or some shit. Like, oh, that's fire! Great tie-in.
That would be fire.
And then the smoke.
It just seemed lazy to sum it all up.
Just a little, and just kind of do some tone changes. I mean, I think they probably, but while we're speaking about it, I think they probably blew the music budget on someone else coming back. So we'll and that'll be another time. But fine match or whatever. But Now to the finale of this. We got to get there.
Do we?
Cody versus Roman. All the marbles. Finishing the story. The bloodline needs to be taken down. The Usos have lost their belts. And now Roman and Solo and the Wise Man are out there. Cody comes out with angel wings. Like, this motherfucker is ready to join Final Fantasy VII or some shit.
He was about to ascend to heaven.
Right.
Archangel.
I was like, Archangel. Like, oh, he just mutated. He took off his belt and gave his belt to
Little Brody.
-1. Brody's son. Held up his own baby, his beautiful mixed child, and his daughter and his wife. Kissed the baby. The baby took her headphones off, just like a true professional. She was like, "Oh, I'm hamming it up, guys."
Baby got her
She
moment.
saw the crowd.
God,
Cody was like,
Curry's
waving.
daughter.
She was like, "Oh no."
Steph
Shy.
Curry's daughter ain't got shit on me. I'm still in this moment. Yank, and she just whoa. I'm sure she said the whoa music. She did that. And then all that happened, and I'm like, you couldn't tell me Cody ain't walking out with that belt. Couldn't tell me. Roman, everything felt like it was in place. And the match, they started the match. I'll say this. I don't know if maybe it's me, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong or tell me if I'm tripping. I didn't feel like they had a lot of great chemistry in the ring. It didn't feel like Seth and Cody had crazy chemistry. Like,
I mean, that's
immediately.
That's because of the type of wrestler Roman is now. I think if you would have caught Roman back when one of his first title runs, when he was a lot quicker, a lot faster in the ring as far as how he let story play out. You get that?
No.
No?
Roman wrestles legitimately the same. Except for the
He
only
slows
thing
down
he
and
added.
talks shit now.
I'll say that's the only thing he added to the arsenal.
I was
talking
lit-
shit. But he
speaking of-
still does the same 6 moves.
I saw him wrestling Daniel Bryan in a match.
That's just that one match, and Daniel Bryan's not gonna let you work
flying
slow.
around.
Daniel
Okay,
Bryan's
fair
not
enough.
about to say,
gonna let you work
that
slow.
Fair enough.
Daniel
I rest
Bryan
my
made
case,
Brock
man.
Lesnar work fast. Like,
got you. Say less.
yeah.
I saw that match. I was like, damn, Roman working.
Yeah, no, that was like a very impressive showing for Roman, but it's because Daniel made him. And like, even if you watch like the table for 3 that Daniel Bryan did, Daniel Bryan's actually kind of a bully and an asshole.
Good.
With that being said, I thought they had a good enough chemistry in the match. I thought the match
It's good
flowed
enough.
well.
But it just left like Cody. It felt like we were relying more on the Cody facials and stuff like that. Which I'm like, yeah, it was fine. But Cody's strong point is really his wrestling and the fact that he will do whatever. And that's why him and Seth went over so good, because they were just killing each other. But I thought this match was good enough. It felt, because even Sammy and Roman had better chemistry, like immediate. And I was like, damn, this is a good match. And I love that match. This match just had the story behind it where I'm like, I'm invested. The match itself wasn't really like my favorite match by far, but the actual working of it and the deliberate pace, they brought people down, they did the things, and then started to get into it. I want to know from your experience, Dub, what were you feeling through this whole thing? Because like I told you, you could not tell me if there was a sports bet to be made, judging on interests alone. I'm betting my house. I am currently getting my legs broke by the mob because I just gave away everything to Cody being the winner.
Yeah, I was explaining to John on Embrace the Turn Up, new episodes every Tuesday, that
self-promotion.
I would have bet an amount of money that I definitely cannot afford to lose that Cody was gonna win that match. And that was before he walked out with fucking angel wings on, looking like God's chosen champion and shit.
Looking like God's drummer boy.
Like with enough pyro going off to have like missile alert systems go off in fucking Russia. Yeah, no. Before that, I was willing to bet all the money in the world. But after that pyro and that jacket and the baby hamming it up and then handing the belt to little Brody, I was like, yo, it's about to happen. And then when it didn't, talk about a gut punch. And kudos to them for being ballsy enough to do it, because I wouldn't have been. And that also showed me like how, even though, you know, we joke about it and have fun with it all the time, how emotionally invested I had gotten in this match. And I was like, damn, this feels like the exact opposite way I felt when Kofi won. Like the exact opposite end of the spectrum. I feel legitimately hurt for this man that I don't know and I've never met. Like
I was possibly talking shit about like
a couple months ago.
2 years ago.
It's fine.
Yeah, like just like a year and a half.
Year and some change.
Time heals all wounds.
Yeah,
but
especially broken titties. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. BA, how did you feel about this? Because there's a lot of people that were like, "Yeah, told you Roman would win, bitch." I'm like, damn, ouch.
No, I wasn't doing any victory laps or anything Sunday night, but in our own chat outside of the show, I was telling y'all, man, after Friday Night SmackDown, the going home promo they had, I was like, dude, I don't know if Roman just giving them titles up. Like, it just hit me in that moment watching that promo. Like, it don't read like that he's about to go home for a long period of time and let Cody have a show. And it just told me, like, in wrestling, always trust your gut. Don't be a smart mark too much. Don't be too smart. And I think that's what we all, as a community that thought Cody had to win it because of how Roman's title reign was, we all got sucked into that vortex. It hit, and E-Ray, I think you too, because we talked about it, at least in our chat, just about, like, it's good for wrestling to feel that way. Yes. And, like, to have that suspension of disbelief, because we think we know so much as smart marks, like, because we've been watching wrestling forever, that this is how it has to go. But to your point, Dub, shout out to the Big E for saying, fuck what y'all think. This is what we doing, and we not going to give y'all what y'all have used to seeing. So much respect to them.
Or we're going to give y'all exactly what you're used to seeing, but we made you feel like we weren't. Because that's what's been happening for 3 years now.
That's a good point. To the point where they said it kind of tongue-in-cheek when the McMahons came out and were like, we're about to start listening to you guys. In other words, we're about to really not listen to y'all and look at it.
Really gonna swerve you. And that's why I said I had to appreciate it. I'm like, oh shit, he really lost. Because I'm just waiting for, like, how is he gonna go home and win this? And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, he hit the double crossroads. And I'm like, wait, Solo hit him with the spike.
And it was pretty too. That shit was pretty.
I was like, oh shit.
That double crossroads was nice. That's why I was like, oh, it's over. That's it.
And then where I'm like, with the ref getting knocked out, it was so many little things where I'm like, how is this going to happen?
Bring me to my next point.
And then they did the thing, and I was like, oh my god, he actually lost, because this would have been the perfect moment. But as we all know, wrestling is better because the moments are being built up, and this heartbreak, if you follow suit with it, unlike Kofi Mania, which they did not, they were just like, oh, it's over, let's not talk about it. Or Big E, oh, it's over, let's just brush them off to the side. Black champions don't get that same thing. No. But everybody else, when you take that L, they rebuild you, and then you really get the pop, because then the crowd feels like you earned it. I think they were weighing, and I'm scared. I don't know how much of this is Vince just like, nope, we got to get that 1,000 days, or how much of it is like, wait, the crowd could possibly turn on Cody because he won the Rumble, he's won every match since he's been back, and now he's gonna win the major thing, versus being like, oh no, let's take you down first and then shoot you back up.
Give you some adversity.
Really make us. So even the people who hated Cody really now like, damn, dog. Like,
now it's time for them to buy in.
Exactly. And now we're gonna take him through this other hero's journey. That wasn't the top. It's kind of like God of War or something, where you have all the powers at the beginning of the second game or whatever, and then Zeus just beat the shit out of you. You're like, oh, you
whole
fall
game
to hell.
searching
like,
for it.
Wait a second, and now you got to rebuild from where you were because you thought you're like, oh, I got this shit. Like they're gonna let me start with my powers.
You're like, oh, it's easy money. Psych.
No.
Beat your ass. Go find some new powers.
So I mean, and y'all, all those points bring me to like the fact that like after I let it simmer and let all the emotion calm down on Monday, even before Raw, I was just kind of like, I get it, I'm cool with it. At first, I was just like, this is kind of whack, but
it hurts.
Should still hurt.
Legitimately hurts.
Hurt.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same token, like, all right, now they adding a whole new arc to Cody. It's not just the guy that came back home now. Now it's like the guy that came back home and got his egg in his face. Now it's time to clean it up and see how he recuperates. And now he's, as we'll get into.
Now we're bought in.
Yes.
Now we want to see, like, are they going to do it? So it actually worked, but you still can't, I think, and this is where wrestling is fantastic. It still gave us that feeling where it's like, damn, like you're still hurting about it. It's like,
yeah,
it sucks.
And I may have tweeted it out Sunday or Monday, just about how like this is so good for wrestling as a fan because the internet kind of kills the whole kayfabe of it. Now, like, there was nobody saying outside of like one or two people that said like you could tell by the way Cody, they had a little 10-second shot of Cody in the pre-show, him walking with Brandy and their daughter off of the Nightmare Express, and they were trying to say you could tell Cody gonna drop the belt. He just found out because he looked blue. He ain't look happy or giddy or excited. So I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on that. I'm not in the wrestling. I'm not a wrestler, so I'm not going to tell this man how to do his job and be like, oh, he shouldn't have been hiding it. I don't even know if that's true or not. But regardless, there was no information out there about Cody's absolutely losing these titles or not going to win these titles until like we got to the weekend or started hearing people mumble that. So I say all that to say, by having booking this way, it's going to do nothing but help the product, help bring eyes back to it, help bring new eyes on it, as it not being this predictable ass product that we can sit there and book in our sleeps. So I'm not mad at it.
And the best part is, he's probably going to win it at SummerSlam, and we're going to be there.
I ain't holding my breath because as we get closer, I think that's going to be a triple threat match. And we're going to get into it, I'm sure. But
well, hey, guys, there's no reason. Y'all know why y'all here. This is a supersized episode.
Yes.
Fucking strap in, motherfucker.
Right. Get your coffee. Go take your smoke break. Come back.
Get your peptides.
This is like if we're gonna compare this to sports. This is our season recap now. We talking about the season that was. We saw the champion. Roman wins again. He's like the Patriots now. Belichick and Tom out here. We recapping it. Can be. Exactly.
So, I'll say that. So go get into that, BA, with because Monday, what we end up seeing, and I think it all kind of ties in the Endeavor deal.
Mm-hmm.
Vince being we're told so many things got scrapped from not too much, but a few things that were integral that got scrapped. Highlight and low light that we completely forgot. Shane McMahon tore his everything in an ode to his daddy. Like, look at me, Dad. Hey, Daddy, look what I can do.
I told you should have bought UFC 25 years ago. And you should have fucking got out the ring 5 years ago, son.
As soon as I seen Shane wearing those Jordan 37s, I was like, they're too new.
Team Jordans.
Those the newest Jordans, and I like them, but they're too new.
The technology ain't right.
He jumped. He came down wrong, like one of them new niggas that's in the NBA that has all these issues and tore his everything. Then I was like, oh, is that a work? And then he tried to move again and plant, and his leg just completely went the wrong way. I was like, oh, ACL, MCL, it's over.
You know, when that camera don't go back to the person that's also in the ring, you know something's not happening. Something's happening that's not right.
Throw throw up the X.
Right.
Oh.
But don't throw up
Give
the
it
X
to
because
you.
everybody's a smart mark.
Right.
Oh.
So, and again, shout out to Shane for being 50 plus years old, even attempting that spot.
Yeah.
But we
Stay
were
on the
saved.
ground, Shane.
We were saved by The Miz and Snoop Dogg of all people being consummate professionals. Snoop Dogg
Johnny on the spot.
punches The Miz twice and then decides to give the most hilarious / worst people's elbow of all time. And I was like, loved it. He got us out of here. And I was like, thank you, because this could have got really awkward. Good job, Snoop Dogg. You are incredible. You are a national treasure. We love you. Yeah, that had to be mentioned, highlight and low lights. But just think, we could have got what the people wanted. LA Knight and Bobby Lashley.
Man.
How you gonna have a LA WrestleMania and not give one of the best talkers, LA Knight, on the... Look, that's another story. We'll get to that. Hopefully something happens on Friday with that, but that's some bullshit. Anywho, this Endeavor deal has everything going crazy. Rewrites galore with Charlotte. Looks like she's taking another hiatus. I think the match got scrapped. Bayley wasn't even there. She didn't go out with Damage Control. Weird. Again, there's some Vince shit. And yeah, Vince apparently was in gorilla position the entire Raw. So Omos and Ali just thrashing. That was like a add-on, last minute add-on.
Elias.
Oh yeah, Elias. Excuse me. Yes. Omos and Elias, a last minute add-on, and you could tell. And they said, because Omos didn't even have his wrestling gear or anything to wrestle in because he wasn't expecting, or he wasn't supposed to be on the card. So yeah, blame Vince. We were right. Let's put it out there. We were right. We were making jokes about it. It was like, yeah, Vince is gonna find his way back. He legitimately did just that. I think this whole Endeavor deal has set him up. Vince is now the Dana White of the WWE. He is untouchable. Doesn't matter how many women he assaults or whatever the case may be, allegedly. He's kind of Teflon at this point. He's like, what you want me to do? Leave and mess up y'all money? Huh? And
Right.
they're like, yeah, you're right. So now we got Vince back in a creative position per se, and let's hope not for the long term. But I think at this point, I don't wish ill on anybody. I think life is precious, but as a fan of wrestling, I just don't see any way we're ever going to get from under Vince McMahon until he is no longer on this corporeal plane. That's the best way I can say it. He just can no longer exist in the physical realm for us to enjoy wrestling. Like, if Trips leave, it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's gonna be you thought NXT Black and Gold going away was a dark day? That will be a dark day, my friends.
We got a year. We almost a year to the date.
Not even, man. Not like, fucking even.
He took over and he got almost his first WrestleMania year.
Exactly.
Things were going
almost,
and then right back. Vince was like, I still got it with his. He looks like John Cena and Austin Theory merged in a horrible accident in that contraption that Jeff Goldblum made in The Fly. Like, he looks terrible. He like, I'm old, but I got a pencil black dark mustache.
And he grew that to distract everybody as he took back over the E.
Literally.
It's ridiculous.
It's not Vince McMahon. It's Scott
McMahon.
The brother that no one knew about. I've
man.
come to be in control of the company. It was bad.
I'm so sick of it, man. I'm so fucking sick of it.
So do we have any highlights from the Raw for Mania? And anything?
Brock turned into a heel.
I got low lights.
So wait, let me ask you guys this question.
Go for it.
So did they just tell Brock that Cody won the title? Is that why Brock beat his ass? Because he saw another black champion?
I don't know.
Cody Luther the King. He was like, you too close to the championship. I gotta beat your ass.
You would think, man.
This is what I'm getting, and I love the Twitter streets. They be doing their research. They likened it to 2012 John Cena when he got smacked up.
Yeah, that's what I thought about
sitting
too.
there, laying on the thing in disbelief. Like, I didn't win. I can't believe I lost. And then having to come back and rebuild, and then Brock Lesnar wiped him out the next day as well. So it's like, okay, they're recycling some shit. But this puts Cody on that tier. I will say that Brock don't feud with like non-main eventers.
Ask Bray.
Facts. He was like, oh, you think you on my level? Then please.
Right.
Send his ass to the shadow realm for real. We ain't heard.
R.I.P.
Ain't no Uncle Howdy. Uncle
We're
bye bye. Ain't no more Uncle Howdy.
friend.
Uncle go home.
Right.
Uncle Pink Slip. He sent him away. And I was like, wow, okay, that's crazy. But it kind of puts you on that level with the John Cenas, with the Rock, with the Seths, with the Romans. If you're now like Cody having a big time feud with Brock Lesnar, as cliche and crazy as it is, it makes sense. So that's my thing. It's like, wow, okay, this is.
What do you do here though? Like, do you guys buy Cody beating Brock at Backlash?
But that's what it's helped solidify the legend of Cody Rhodes.
Right.
Return back to the space to fight Roman.
Like,
Roman ain't fighting at Backlash.
But that's my point.
and
Do you
Roman's
think
right
Cody's gonna beat Brock at Backlash?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
And I think he's gonna he's gonna do it. He got to do it overcoming way. He's got to get his ass beat, just like Seth did, just like Roman did, just like John did.
So back to the parallel.
Brock is like Goro to Roman Shang Tsung.
Back to the
Like,
parallel
come on,
you
man.
drew, E, between like John Cena and Cody. When John got
Mortal
suplexed
Kombat
on that Raw right after Mania, it led up to John getting his ass beat at SummerSlam and Brock Lesnar suplexing him out of this world. Brock don't show up to lose. I got a scorecard right here that we all picked Brock to lose to Omos, and guess what he didn't do?
Lose all.
That's my point. Like, what worries me about this feud is that Brock don't show up to lose, and we could get Roman Brock 45.
He lost to Roman. He lost to Seth, and he lost to Roman.
But
He lost to
puts over
Seth, Roman,
talent that
and Drew
deserves
in
it.
like back-to-back years. He ain't lost since.
And now it's time to lose again. What's the problem?
He lost to Goldberg.
Right.
Okay.
He took an
All
L
right.
to
Lost
Goldberg.
to John Cena.
All right.
I think as long as he's in the big seat, it's fine. We overestimate. I was like, I don't know why, but I guess if they're putting him with Omos, that he has to lose to him. I guess, but it didn't make sense to me either. I was like, shit, he should win, but why is this match even happening? So that's what I guess that's more of my take there. But I think regardless if he wins or loses or not, maybe he does, because that's the thing. Cody hasn't lost. This is like his first loss, and he got cheated. Cheated. So perhaps it may be, Cody loses to Brock, getting destroyed, and it continues. But that's the only thing. If you're doing that, you only got 2 more months to rebuild him. Or where do you end the storyline? Or is this just a quick one-off where he destroys Brock and then goes after, or how do they pivot? Or do they pivot to, now we got Brock and Cody at SummerSlam, and then we have the inner turmoil of the bloodline and maybe Jay going back after that title. So who knows? I don't know.
Because correct me if I'm wrong.
This was going to be interesting, especially with the helms changing guard, because we don't know what the fuck's going on with creative right now.
Facts. And to put a button on it, E, as far as the Usos interaction with Roman, I was in and out on Raw. Did we get an interaction with the Usos and Roman, or we still
they did the great thing they've been doing, where Roman's like avoiding talking to them, and
It's
Heyman
Paul
sent them
Heyman's
to
talking.
the jet.
That's
with,
what. Okay.
with like the seafood and everything.
And they said he. Hey,
man.
Hey
That's
guys.
not good.
Roman said. Roman said your tribal chief loves everything you're doing. Everything you're doing, and you guys can have a good time on the jet. And him and Solo is out there discussing. They're discussing strategy for the night. And then he goes, "My tribal chief, they're gone. I handled it for you." But they were supposed to not be there. So he was saying, Roman's not even in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Got it.
he was in locker. So
This ain't gonna end well.
They're playing up, and then Roman did mention something too, like, at the press conference, at the presser, he mentioned, not everything went well for the bloodline, but he'll address it.
I did catch that too.
There was lots of little subliminals being submitted, and I love that. So that's going to continue to play out. I don't know in what fashion though. So again,
He's gonna yell at them niggas on Friday the same way he did to Sammy that one time. We all gonna get scared like it's our father yelling at us.
And then Sammy gonna come out and be like, "You still getting yelled at? You still like getting yelled at, Jay and Jimmy?
Right.
Come over to
Where'd
Death
that
Row.
get you?
He gonna get in Roman. He gonna get in the Roman.
Where your
face and then
producer
look at
ain't on
Jay and say, I
stage.
acknowledge you.
When your wise man don't step on stage and talk to you, where you actually talk directly to other wrestlers and talent. Come to Death Row with Sammy and KO. I can see it. I can see it.
Come Toronto.
Come to the 6.
Interesting. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I think we have 2 or 3? Is it 2 premium live events, or is it 3 within the next span? So Backlash is in May.
Backlash,
King of the Ring and Saudi.
King of the Ring and Saudi.
Okay, so we got 3,
and then Money in the Bank in London.
Man, these motherfuckers.
And then
traveling.
SummerSlam in Detroit.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Oh, okay. We got some time.
There's plenty of time for a lot to change.
Yeah, so
before the next big.
I'm just
vote.
worried because of Vince's interaction, but
bro, it scares me.
That's the scariest shit ever. That's
really makes me not afraid to buy into everything I'm seeing on TV and reading on the internet.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll be glued to the television Friday because we got to see and know, because again, all the insider information with Fightful and everything did touch on that. Like, yeah, we're getting this. This was rewritten, changed over. So I'm wondering if that information is going to be more of the same, because now it's in Friday night is going to be SmackDown is going to be in Portland, and because Vince was in LA, they were discussing the sale and all that stuff that was happening anyway. Raw was in LA, so I was like, all right, it all makes sense. But now, is he still going to be in gorilla position come Friday?
If he is,
or is he going to align somebody else, or is he going to kind of just hey Trips, it looks like I got my seat back. Where's my egg? I'm
hopefully, Vince just goes home and says, "Hey Trips, can you fax me the script before the show starts?" And then the fax machine stopped working because they're fax machines.
Because
admitted,
Vince definitely still uses a fax machine.
100%
for sure.
So Nick Khan, Triple H, and Vince McMahon himself all subtly hinted at Vince McMahon being the guy that has final say and runs the company. God. And I was like,
get me out of here.
And this was prior to the sale. So now that the sale's happening, it's like, damn, he's back. And to the full capacity. And he said, I'm not going to be deep in the weeds like I was, but I'll still be at a higher capacity. So basically, everything still has to go through me. Trips, you do all the busy work. If I don't like it, I'm going to shut that shit down and redo it on the spot.
So what you're saying is that WWE main event is about to be the best shit in the world, right? He going to let Trips pick main event and level up?
What I'm saying is immediately following Raw and WrestleMania, the morale is once again horribly down in WWE locker room. It's been reported that people are not happy. People are jumping ship. And speaking of one of the returns or one of the surprises for Raw after Mania, everybody was gonna said, "Hey, we're getting Switchblade Jay White." He just appeared on AEW. So
switch that switchblade up on him.
Right, he switched that blade real quick. Was like, Vince, hell no. And immediately people like, again, Charlotte's like, yeah, I'm kind of cool. There's been reports of some talent like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna let my contract play out, and we're gonna see. So I think Bayley now has a friend out in a place where she can definitely make some money and go work and be highly sustained without WWE. There is a lot of things, if this continues and to go down this same pathway, and we don't know because we're recording early. You'll hear this on Friday, but we have yet to see SmackDown. But yeah, we will know more come Friday. But I can't stress enough the morale being down and how much rejoicing it was, like they slayed the beast when Vince was out of there. People were so happy, like, yes, Trips, we love you. And now all the Trips guys, a lot of these people who've been fired by Vince, he's back. He didn't have a plan for you a year ago. Yep. You think he gonna write you in the plan? Oh, you're still here? Didn't I fire you last week? Like, no, that was a year ago. Oh, well, it's all the same.
You're fired again.
You're fired. And so it's terrifying right now. We're kind of at bated breath. This is supposed to be like some of the funnest times, the reset of the wrestling season right after Mania. And now it feels like a resetting in the worst of ways.
I'm sick, man. I'm sick.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, you sound like someone like stomped on your pet puppy. Like, calm down.
I'm hurt.
Give
bro.
it 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. We got some good things that happen. We got KO and Sammy as our tag champions, and as we get into it, we're in the era of him. We are in the era of him. Like, we got some good things going on. Can we talk about Stand and Deliver, fellas?
We absolutely can.
Let's finish up with Stand and Deliver.
They stood.
Let's get into
They delivered, and now
fantastic week. Morning, the morning too.
Yeah, whoa. Afternoon for us. It was like, it was like what, 3 in the morning for you? I don't know how time works.
No, for me it was noon, but for them they definitely had like an 8 o'clock showtime, like a call time, where you're like, oh yeah, we got to be here.
Yeah, I think LaGreca said like his call time was like 4 a.m. to get ready for the pre-show.
Woo. No wonder Wale May was they Friday night.
Yeah,
they stayed in on Friday.
That's how it goes.
Hell
the card, what you got for us? Let's run down this card. This one we'll actually go through.
All right, just all the way through it. Here we go. So
let's go.
First matchup, we had Chase University in the 8-man tag versus the Schism for control of the Chase University grounds that I guess actually do exist. Chase University pulled out the W. We thought Duke put on the Schism shirt, and we were like, no, Duke, no! And he tore it off full Hogan Savage fashion and said, I'm chasing you to the death. And again, very entertaining match. They can do this Chase University gimmick for forever. I don't care. I love it.
Keep teasing the dissension. They just keep doing it. I love it.
I love it.
It was on the pre-show. Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Loved it. And the right people won. Mm-hmm. Schism doesn't deserve to win anything. Sorry. And with that said, we got a tease of our favorite grizzled young veterans, Jagger Reed and I don't know, whatever rhymes with Jagger, whatever his name is. Bad names, but GYV asking for their release.
They want out. out.
Maybe the writing was on the wall. That seemed early, but then we started feeling like, things are happening. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, that was a thing. So right people won. BA, did you see that match?
It was
He don't care. He's
It
whatever.
was a good time.
Yeah.
No.
He can't even
That
fake
was
it.
the
Yeah.
I'll explain my stand and delivery since I watched it over the span of the weekend because I was, hosting the party and such. So all throughout while it was live, I was running around doing shit for the house and stuff. So I watched it when I was getting ready, and then Dub came and interrupted me by arriving at my house, so I couldn't watch it until after things were set up. So I watched it throughout the span of the weekend. But that match, it was cool. It was exciting. Trying to think what stuck out. Thea Hale stuck out to me. She was fun. I wonder if she'll ever be more than the Chase U cheerleader chick. I do wonder that. I would hope so. Outside of that,
I mean, she's only 18, so she has a pretty much long career ahead of her.
Oh yeah, understood completely.
And she got great energy. Like I will say, we were joking around, but she's
that's what I'm
really
saying.
good.
She's
adopted
charismatic.
the business really well.
Very charismatic. That's what I'm saying. I'd be interested to see what happens now she progresses away from Chase U. But
She graduates. When she
graduates. Facts.
Yeah.
Same gimmick. It was. I mean, outside of that, it was schism shit. Joe Gacy being Joe Gacy. Ava Raine doing 2 moves. Like I don't know, man. What the fuck you want from me?
Yeah. BA, we're not attacking you. We're just asking you.
Just ask you what you thought about.
You gave us this long. Look, man. Ava Raine just start naming people. Jagger Reed.
Look, man, I'm sick of this shit.
Jagged Edge. Let's get married.
Bitch
I
is
don't
back.
know.
Shit. Give a damn about no
Yeah,
schisms.
bust through it.
Ism, schism,
I'm grieving. Vince is
Bism?
back. Let me be.
Shit.
That's true. So with that, moving on.
With that being
Okay,
said, in
thanks,
the
BA.
next match on the card, they did the thing, guys. Indie Hive stand all the way up.
How wrong were we? Everybody.
So wrong. We and Dub did a shot as soon as we walked in the house. That's how wrong we was.
Yeah, like I think Roxanne Perez is retaining. Ain't no way she's. I was like, not with six women, but I didn't even count Indy as the one.
Oh yeah, you was wrong on that one too.
Like
You're right.
It's a great move though. I think
it was.
I
loved it.
Move.
Kudos to Sean.
Surprise, right in her eyes.
I give him.
Hey,
I'll give Sean his credit because I was shitting on him a couple weeks ago, so I'll give it right back. He surprised me, and it was a very good risk. I feel like he took by doing that.
Absolutely, I think the crowd also popped because in the fashion that it happened, they did it. They did the thing. They had Index, Dexter Loomis populates from nowhere. Shoots between Indy's legs, and we're like, whoa, we love that weird, creepy sexual innuendo. And then he puts her on his shoulders and climbs up, and she wins it. And the pop was fantastic. It was
beautiful.
Such a thing. I'm like, oh my God, they did. I wasn't even mad. I wasn't mad at her winning. I wasn't mad at how she won. I didn't see it. It was a great swerve. They teased Gigi Dolan, and then your girl came out and wiped her off the face of the earth.
Keeping it going.
You're done, JC Jane said.
Yeah, I mean,
shut up, Janetti. That's what she said to her and killed her.
She's gonna tell weird sex stories on Facebook, right? You weirdo.
That happened, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then, even furthermore, they teased with Zoe Stark. Fantastic stuff there. But Indy got the win, and I was like, that's where it should have been. I think Roxanne looked great. Roxanne just pops off the screen. I love her, but she's still not ready yet. So I think this is perfect time to start rebuilding her back up, give her some reps, and take some of that pressure and that spotlight off her, because I'm sure that was a lot for her to deal with on the major scene. Because even though she won those championships and those titles, this is now going to be a little bit more of a time for her to get acclimated to this larger, newer fan base. After that, what was next up?
Oh, well, the thing I convinced you guys of for the past 4 weeks is that the Gallows Boys are on top. And damn it, they won their triple threat tag match with the help of the returning Joe Coffey. Never seen Joe Coffey wrestle, but I can tell you that he is a legit main eventer. Challenged for the NXT UK title, like I want to say twice at least, and is just a phenomenal worker. So to see him come back, never seen him wrestle.
Never, but he's phenomenal.
Never seen saw his match against Gunther or anything like that. Never saw it.
But he put his brothers over.
Put his brothers over.
I love Pretty Deadly. I was sad about that.
Well, Pretty Deadly wasn't in the match.
I was about to say they hosted.
Oh.
So E-Ray clearly didn't see this match.
So that was E-Ray's IDGAF match. Thank you, E-Ray.
Yep.
He did not see this match at all.
E-Ray's IDAG match of the night.
Well, E-Ray, you missed.
Gallus boys just won.
E-Ray, you missed Brutus missing another
guys.
Brutus bomb. So that happened.
Oh,
Bad.
Oh, that's who was in it. I really did not give a fuck about this match.
It was a
watched
nothing.
It too.
It was a nothing
did not
match.
care.
Wow. That
Jesus
says a
Christ.
lot.
BA, what did you
I
think
wiped
about
it
this
from
match?
my brain. I'm sorry.
I mean, Gallus boys on top. I think I picked them with you to win this match.
Oh no, we all
Didn't I
picked
pick them
Gallus.
too?
We all picked Gallus. I
Gallus.
convinced
Yeah,
you
that
guys.
Who else was supposed to win? That's kind of how I look at it.
Because I didn't know. Apparently, I didn't know who else was in the match. I was like, oh, Gallus.
You
yeah,
saw it.
Sure, whatever.
Oh.
Gallus versus the host of NXT TakeOver. I don't know.
Right.
Whatever. Man, deliver.
I mean, they set up to have a run. It makes sense until a new tag team comes on the scene. I could possibly see Tony D and Stax coming into the tag team title mix more and more because they becoming more and more prominent tag team, I feel like, in NXT. But right now, to your point, Doug, Gallus boys are on top.
Tried
Like
to
whole
tell
APA
y'all.
vibes.
Tried to tell y'all.
I just don't like them.
You don't
just
connect
don't-
with them. I get it.
They don't do it for me. I can barely understand their promos, and when I say barely, at all, I don't understand. Hey, dude, look at we're in LA. In LA, we're on the beach. I was like, what? It's like, what? What are you saying? You in my country? No, I was
Oh God. Oh
no,
God.
but I honestly did not. I was like, I just don't. It's all right. I guess just drink at a bar. I don't know. I just don't understand it. It's like they're IPA, and just like in true fashion, I don't like IPAs. Give me a nice lager. I don't like an IPA. It's not. Give me a sour. Give me something. These are beers, guys. For the people who don't know.
Okay,
I'm doing a thing here.
let's get to something that
You know, our
E-Ray did
listeners
like.
know.
Can we get to something that E-Ray did like? The Fatal 5-Way for the NXT North American Championship, the best book title in all of wrestling. Match of the weekend?
No,
No.
Nah. It was cool.
it didn't get there for me.
Okay.
It was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was fun, and
Second
perhaps-
best match of this card.
maybe. I think so.
That's interesting.
I'd
I
say
think so.
Okay. Okay.
I think you're right. We gotta. Apparently, my mental capacity, BA has. I've reached maximum capacity. I gotta go delete some things before I get some reject emails in my brain.
real.
But
So let me
right now I don't remember.
Let me ask you
So,
guys this about this match.
Dragon off.
What did you guys
Dragon off.
What did you guys think about Dragon Lee?
Should be champ.
Were you impressed in his debut? Is he just another guy
Dragon
wearing a
Lee.
mask?
That
Yeah.
Is he Commander and Serpentino
That-
and
that's
all
all
those
it
other
was.
guys? Okay.
We're terrible, but yes, it
I mean,
is.
shit, man. Sorry, I don't
Alright.
go on the internet and watch New Japan and fucking Stardom.
Well,
dude.
BA, I'm not
I
attacking
got
you.
a job.
Right, BA is so mad.
No, I'm more
No more
yelling
shots
at.
for
just-
BA.
I just
What the hell you think I'm supposed to know this?
Good God.
What is he, Lucha House Party? I don't care. Like, whoa,
Oh.
BA.
I'm more yelling. I should.
Is this
I
how
should not be
reporters
taking-
feel with Bill Belichick? Jesus Christ.
on the Cincinnati. With that all said,
Lord.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at like at Twitter because I see people that they call out like the kind of the way we watch wrestling. Oh, y'all just watch WWE. Y'all don't watch wrestling. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Just because you don't have a life and you go seek this shit out and I like what I like, my bad, bro. Don't call me. I'm not any lesser of a fan than
Okay.
you, sir.
Okay.
But yeah,
Right.
Okay.
We got.
Sorry.
BA, we got to tell you. don't take the Twitter home with you. Like,
Exactly.
it's okay. Just exist.
I know.
And
I know.
when you
It's been a hot button place the last 4 days. I'm trying to wean myself off of it.
BA, do you want the Instagram password? It's a much more fun place on Instagram.
It is.
I might have to, man.
Just like jokes and breasts.
That's
Like,
what I need.
That's all it is.
Lighthearted shit. I need all this everything's such a hard, never. Anyway, hard-hearted. It's just everything on Twitter be so fucking like life or death. I'd be like, bro, what is happening? Like, y'all niggas can't have no fun.
That's what Twitter does. They scare the hoes.
You know where we exist.
Nobody like having fun. Everything is like this.
IWC is contentious, and it just is what it is. But you can't feed into it. So with that said,
I'm sorry, guys.
Dragunov kicked ass. Dragon Lee, fun, but again, it's a guy in a mask to me. And that's not any disrespect or any discredit to him. I'm sure.
I love his intro. I love the intro they gave him.
I like the work. I thought the work was good, but again, what's different than him than so many other masks?
Axiom.
Yeah, I'll get
Scripts.
Axiom slightly different. No. See,
I know.
BA
see them y'all paying attention. That's all.
BA just did the opposite of what I was
saying. No.
Axiom and Scripts are the two that I would not compare him to.
Because I said Axiom and y'all ain't say nothing. I was like, Scripts, y'all better say something. No, just checking the
going
pulse
full heel. Oh god,
he's doing the thing, the dastardly thing. Yeah, I just was like, man, this is a guy, cool. He can work, great, and I love the work. But it doesn't endear me to him. I'm not a 7-year-old child that's like, oh, luchadors.
He's flipping and wearing a mask.
Yeah, like it's cool, but it has a certain place. You have to have something unique to you. And again, like if I recall, like Psychosis or even the Lucha Bros now, they have something. Like Rey Fenix kind of teeters on that line, but Cyril Mero has like the kind of the
mush you in the face,
and yeah, he got something else to him that's like, oh, that's a more uniqueness, and even Scripts has
no, not doing
that. All right, I tried.
What did you guys think of the finish of this match? Because I thought the finish was phenomenal.
Just check it. I didn't like the finish.
Really?
I thought the finish did not work for me.
Interesting.
It felt a little like passe. I thought it could have been better when it came to like actually executing the moves, or because I'm like, I wanted Dragunov to win, and I was like, I love Wesley, but Dragunov felt like it's his time, and I can imagine him going crazy. The beautiful suits. He's basically like a Russian Cody, just with his championship going crazy, and it felt like the crowd kind of wanted that too. Then when we see the cardiac kick land off of a head, but it just felt a little clunky to me. It didn't give that visual cleanness that the rest of the match had with those really good spots.
Okay.
I think that was what my issue.
I liked it. I thought like it'd have been cooler had like Dragunov like not moved after, because in theory, if you headbutting the dude and you get kicked in the head, you should be in the shadow
just
realm.
Go straight down. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, in comparison, the kick that landed, I think he's improved that move, because the first time I seen it,
first time he did it, he completely missed.
Won? Yeah, and broke White Blade's finger. I was like, okay. And then we see him do it in this match. I'm like, it still was clunky to me. As far as on the NXT after Stand and Deliver, he landed that shit. Yeah. He got it all. And him and Axiom put on a banger. And I think the crowd was confused. Like, I don't know who we should be voting for, who we should be rooting for, because Axiom has wormed his way into our damn hearts.
Yeah.
We joked on him. He's a mathematician or something. And fucking great.
Math is my superpower. Yeah, no, he figured it out.
Turtleneck game is strong. Yeah, he got
swag, tastic. and they had a bang.
And every time he cuts a promo, he hits him with that. You see the look in my eyes, right? And I'm like, God damn it, it's so funny. All right, so next up on this card.
Oh wait, and don't forget, Scripps tried to come in and he beat his ass.
That shit was so funny.
You know
I
what?
know who you are. Oh shit! Oh nigga, stop just playing.
I missed like 5 minutes of NXT because I was laughing at that. That shit was.
I'm
so
gonna make
funny.
a proclamation. If Scripps ever wins a North American title, I will buy a Scripps shirt and I will wear it to every wrestling event I go to.
They sell script shirts.
Oh,
Exactly, Doug.
I mean,
That's
be
why I'm making
careful.
this bet.
Don't wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby, because Leon Rush run that belt,
Ooh.
and that's the only misstep of this entire North American Championship booking.
But it was
So-
funny.
It wasn't a long run though, was it? It was like a
wasn't funny
placeholder.
to me.
It was like a placeholder though. He didn't hold it for that long,
It was
did he?
awful.
He held it for a
Everything
couple
that
of
happened.
months.
Everything that
Oh,
happened
damn.
with it was bad. With Damian Priest, instead of wanting to win it back, like it was stupid. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't even want to think about it.
Man.
But again, Scripps, no, just say no. Especially say no to Axiom because he will whip your ass. You try to
Yeah,
jump
he
in
will.
on
Kick
him.
the shit out of that nigga. All right, next up on this card.
Okay, next.
The women's tag team title match. Kiana James, who I still can't believe is black, and Fallon Henley
Do after this match.
Damn.
versus Elbow Fire, as E-Ray likes to say, and Isla Dawn. The unholy
Iron
union,
Dawn.
as they call themselves, where they
Dawn
cut
of
Skinemax promos in a forest
Yeah,
fire
they do.
fight.
It's like Red Shoe Diaries.
Isla Dawn got the victory on this one. Of course, A-Dub was the only one to predict it right because he understands witchcrafting white women very well.
You said it, not us.
Look at BA distance himself from that shit. You said it. Me and E-Ray didn't say none of that. Ha ha. Same teams. You got it. Yep, you're right.
I mean,
he learned it. He learned
no,
it.
I mean, BA did pick Fallon Henley because he understands that brand of white woman quite well. Trashy white girls that work behind the bar. BA gets it. That spoke to him on a
Damn.
spiritual level. That's why he picked them.
Damn.
Oh, Dub just drugged my ass.
Beautiful.
Any thoughts on this match, fellas? Like at all?
Can't say shit.
No. No.
It was fine. I'm kind of surprised that they took the belt off of them.
Same.
But at the same time, I'm not mad at it. It wasn't like it was like working. It was just goofy, and I loved again what the TikTok tag team had did prior to them. I thought they were really involved in elevating the tag titles. I think hopefully Isla Dawn and Elbow Fire will be able to do that. This odd couple pairing and this story about cheating and stuff. She's literally gaslighting. Oh boy, and it's so funny. He's such a simp. I love it. She's like, oh, we weren't even exclusive. And da-da-da. So after they told the secret, she tried to get him to turn to the dark side. She tried to Anakin his ass and say, hey, you did it. When I tell you to go get something in my purse, you go get it out my purse. She had that thing on her. That's what she was trying to.
That's what I was saying. She was after. She put some. She had
that's
some
why we know
flavor.
she was black.
That's what I was
That's how you
saying.
knew
She was
black.
talking some flavor. I'm like, oh shit, she really is.
Go to my
half
purse.
black.
Go get that thing out my purse.
Like,
He's like,
don't-
which purse?
And don't
Which
put my
purse?
purse on the floor either. That's bad luck.
Right. Hell yeah, that's a black mama. You know she was raised by a black mama. So you're right. That's how we knew she was black. Kiana James was black.
was shocked.
She told Brooks to get the piece.
Yeah, she told him to get the ratchet out the bag, and
Mm-hmm.
he was like, what is that? Is it a 3/4 inch or? She's like,
For
what are
real.
you talking about?
For real.
And that's how they lost. And yeah, then she told him that when they were hating, and they told her that she was cheating on them.
She's like, yeah, I was
hold
getting
on, hold
side
on.
deck.
She was like, because we were dating. Yes, I was dating around like everybody else do. I was doing it because we didn't say we was exclusive. And he was like, oh, shit, you right. She just gaslighted the shit out of him. He fell for it. Genius. Love it. She black. Black queens. Black girl magic. Love it.
There it is. All right.
All I'm
That's all I
saying
need.
is, if I don't have to see any more of them, that's this damn storyline because the
Oh, no.
titles
It's
off of
continued. This is Shawn Michaels
I know.
B storyline.
I need them to like make
It's-
some WWE
he loves
exclusive
it.
content on this, like .com exclusive, just so I can send it to BA.
Put it
for
there.
no other reason.
No, and I won't click on
You
it.
like keep it there. Take
exactly. Digital exclusives, not on my TV. Thank you.
All right, we here now, fellas. We here now.
Let's get into it.
Main event: Melo, him versus
it off. Oh, him a thing.
that other guy versus that placeholder, if you will. What'd you guys think of the match?
Versus the gremlin faced dog.
E-Ray,
BA,
let
I'm
me
gonna
hear
let
what you
go.
thought of the match.
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you got it.
Dog, come on now. Come on now. This was by far Braun Breaker's best match I've ever seen. A year plus of Braun Breaker being in there, destroying pretty much everybody. This was by far his best match because he started moving very deliberately. So it was every move had a purpose. So it was like he was slowing it down and starting to like do things like, oh, okay, this is sensical. This is like let the crowd realize what's happening and not just running and yelling and shit like that. It was like he'd do some moves and he'd look at the crowd. It was very much like he would start working a little bit Roman-esque, which I'm not mad at for him because he needs a little bit more character work in that regard. Carmelo Hayes came out. Trick said, "Fuck copyright infringement. We in the same company." So he's just gonna come out and steal the no longer formed Banger Brothers shit. Like, hey, he's putting on banger after banger. He does his thing. Carmelo Hayes comes out with the old school Lakers colors, the Lakers symbol, bronze eyes in purple crossed out in yellow. It was beautiful. Loved the presentation, and they had a great match. I think, like I said, Braun's best match by far. Carmelo Hayes, they had really good chemistry, and yeah, they finally did the thing. Carmelo, they gave us the visual tap, and then Trick came in, interfered, and then we got the end and the beautiful axe kick. 1, 2, 3. I went crazy. I popped so hard. I almost cried. I was so excited. It was phenomenal.
BA,
And
was there?
This is the first time that Braun like literally highlighted a match, and I was like, oh, this was the best match on the card.
BA, was there any
Crazy.
point watching this match that you thought Braun might actually like retain this title? Because they did all the things. They did the ref bump. They did him kicking out of the title shot to the back of the head.
To compare main event to main event, because it's similar type of deal at the top of the house with Roman and Cody, I didn't have that feeling of uncertainty like I did with Roman and Cody when I was watching Melo and Braun, because I mean, there was no question in my mind, especially when he came out with that shirt on. Like, oh, that man, he ain't walking out of here with that rainbow ass belt. Not today. Not today.
Yeah, that entrance did not feel like championship level.
Yeah.
For him, it felt like it was a coronation.
Yes.
For Carmelo.
Facts. So, I mean, E-Ray kind of summed up everything as far as how I feel about this match. I mean, the highlights of what he said that I definitely agree with, as the biggest takeaway was Braun just slowing the fuck down and not being so gassed and blown up 5 minutes into the match and them trying to get it out the ring as soon as possible. So it was cool to see, like, all right, if he's in there with somebody that knows what they're doing and he's not the one with the most experience in the ring, he'll be fine. So it gave me some hope for when he finally gets up to the main roster. I don't know if we're gonna get into it or not, but what happened on the NXT?
Oh yeah, we here
after
now.
The show,
oh yeah, we here now.
that made me even happier.
Double turn.
Because Yeah, I'm thrilled to see it because now, all right, let's see Braun be a fucking heel. Let's see what he can do. Now, heels, you gotta talk. So it'll be interesting. But he needs the full character if he's gonna go up to the main roster, and I'm glad somebody recognized that. And no better person to make you better than the guy that just gave you your best match of your career, in my opinion.
E-Ray, how'd you feel about the double turn? Are you ready for face Mello? No, you're not ready.
That was the issue. Yeah, I was like, Braun, they never acknowledged that he cheated to win. That Carmelo cheated to win. Trick came in, and I was like, he cheated. Yeah, it's all this sportsmanship. So I get Braun, and I want him to kind of dive into that. Like, yo, you cheated, and I'm sick of this shit. I was like, I'll beat your ass. Like, I'm better than you, or whatever the case may be. But I did get. I think Carmelo got my tweet, and I was leading the charge. Like, stop that fucking sportsman-like shit. And he mentioned, yeah, this was a different me. I respect Braun. I was like, fuck that. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
That ain't why I'm here.
Exactly.
You
could have respected the other dudes that you put on a t-shirt.
Right.
This dude
tell me.
It. Yeah, respect Roderick Strong. We ain't seen him since.
Or Ricochet.
If I'm going to a horror movie, and y'all come in here and start showing me like cuddles and puppies, that's not why I'm here.
Oh man,
give me the gore. Give it to me.
Gore.
And
I'm throwing chickens at the screen if I see puppies and the snuggle bear on my screen at a horror movie. No,
hardcore murder.
Yes. Give me Terrifier 2, goddammit. That's what I need.
Hacking a bitch in half.
Exactly.
Cut her titties off. That's what happens.
Oh my.
That's what happens.
Yes.
But again, with that said, I didn't mind it. I think Face, Mello, and Trick work because the crowd just like them, so they can just be like arrogant and fun. But you're still gonna like him because he's still the A champion. He still can talk his shit, but you're gonna respect his work. Heel Braun, it gives him something, I guess, but he's not good on the mic. Maybe this opens up a little bit more room for him to be. Because even then, he speared the shit out of him. And he just sat there, I got no shirt on. So it still was very vanilla. Yeah, it's still very vanilla. It's like, do something different. Spear him and then just like walk out. Like, shit. Or something. Like, you know what I mean? Just a few things different.
I'm hoping in the back, after these segments that they get and however long this build is going to be, Mello is telling him these things like, yeah, Brian, that was dope, fucking me up like that, but you got to talk your shit, bro. You got to let people know why you the baddest motherfucker.
Stop talking. Just do less.
Less is more, I guess.
By do less, do more. Do more or less. Do more or less and a little bit of this. Like,
Brian's gonna be
all
confused.
Right, just give me the controller.
He's like, is this like my uncle's math you're trying to... This sounds like my uncle's math you're trying to explain to me, Mello.
Steiner math. 33% of the time, you would turn around, look 3/4 left to the ring, and just... Yeah, whatever it takes, man. I just want to know, okay, out of this question, do y'all think that they do a rematch now, and now it's Face Mello versus heel Braun, or does he just kind of move on now and he just had to get that out of the way? Like, man, fuck you.
Nah, I think they do a rematch. Because I still think Braun's getting called up. Like, what else is there for him to do in NXT besides just be around and go to the PC and get better at talking?
Let me ask you this: Is there a date on this draft that is being speculated yet, or no?
Not yet.
Everything's in flux.
I've heard it's after Backlash, but again, no dates have been set.
All right, I'll give you through that month. But if he's still around after Backlash, then I think he's gonna be riding this wave to like SummerSlam.
Well, the next
that
PLE for NXT is Battleground, which is next month.
Io Shirai and them at last SummerSlam, so that's possible.
Yep.
I mean, who
see
knows?
it.
Maybe they call him and Von Wagner up together to form E-Ray's favorite tag team of all time.
Yo, the new Steiner brothers. That's what be the name of them. Like, no, Vince there. They would just call him the new whatever old tag team name that I remember from the 80s. So
Von Wagner just challenged Ilya Dragunov, so there's that.
hopefully Dragunov fucking kicks his ass in the head. So never mind. I'm not gonna
I
say
can't see him not winning. Like, it's crazy. Like,
that. Without cheating.
can Von Wagner ever win a match?
It's just he might be the worst wrestler across AEW and WWE. Like,
Dang.
I'm not even
Why you do that, man?
joking. I mean, can you name a worse wrestler?
Dana Brooke.
Well,
Oh, that's cold.
Damn.
Cold.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not here to do that.
Script.
Right.
This is a celebration.
I
of
ain't here to
wrestling,
do
guys.
that either, but
Y'all did it. Y'all did the thing.
I wasn't
I'm not
gonna
doing
pick
it.
on Dana Brooke, but I was speaking more like male focused in the back
Scripts.
that are terrible. Scripps is more athletic. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I was like, it's more so the character, not the guy. But I'm just not gonna do that. E-Ray earned the quasi title
Right.
back.
The
Achieved
good
a
guy
lot.
badge.
Right.
The good guy badge.
Savage Department, Dub speaking.
Right.
Right.
Well, with that said, anything else that we need to cover this evening?
Ugh.
I mean,
I'ma
I
tell
know
my-
BA
I'ma
wants to
tell
talk
my
about the
argument for
return
next
of
week.
Noam Dar because he was being in NXT UK, but I think we
Oh,
can
yeah.
hold that till next week.
And
Okay,
my,
I'll
my
say-
thoughts on Roman Reigns' title run. We'll tell that for next week. Or I might wait for Dub's
Cliffhanger.
return in 2 weeks, but we'll see. We don't need it tonight. This show's had enough. It's had
Super
enough.
size main
I'm
event.
I'm emotionally spent.
Yeah, again, still from this weekend, I am not built for it. But guys,
Me either.
it's been a fantastic recap of wrestling. We are still very much in the thick of it. We're in the weeds. Scary times, scary hours. Vince McMahon on the cover. I'm terrified. He is Mr. X in Streets of Rage, just hiding in the shadows. And you know what? I'm Skates. What's up, Axel?
I'm Max. Call me Max. I'm here to just destroy shit.
Right. What up, Axel? What up, Max? Guys, I love all our random niche references. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
You should have been outside.
Right. You wasn't there. You wasn't there.
Right.
But with that said, I hope you enjoyed WrestleMania. We sure did. We will be having Free on real soon to discuss some of the highlights and lowlights of his WrestleMania experience from a live event standpoint and see how these things play out. Because, man, we nervous. If y'all couldn't tell, we nervous as fuck.
Yeah.
So it's scary hours.
Not
It's
even
scary
playing.
time.
Yeah.
But with that said, VA, tell them where they can find you. Not where they can't. Where they can find you.
All right. Well, you can find me
Look,
in person.
All right.
So I was like, you killed all
just
my
saying.
thunder. I
I'm
love
just
telling
saying.
I love telling people where they can't find me. I was like, oh, well, I guess you can find me in person. But nah,
I guess you can find me in the corporeal space.
right?
Like, okay, VA.
You can find me on this plane here. No. You can find me most of the time running our illustrious, most influential, most dominant, most copied, always duplicated or attempted to be duplicated.
Always duplicated. Yeah, there's so many of them.
Right,
I
exactly.
just fucked VA all up. His brain
No,
is scrambled.
Exactly, man. He messed up my whole flow. I
I'm
used to come in
sorry,
here
guys.
healing off like, you can't fucking find me here. I wish you could find me. No, but running the Twitter page at Let Me Book Pod. Lots of live tweeting this past weekend. A conglomerate effort, not just myself. Giving all the hot takes back and forth. So just keep on engaging with us. We about to start getting more active on our other platforms here as the weeks go on. You can find us on IG and Facebook, the same handle at Let Me Book Pod. Correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, on that. And then as far as where else you can find me, yeah, if you are ever lucky enough to be invited to the compound, that's the only fucking other place you're gonna see me.
Yeah. Unless I got lots of money.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to bring it to BA because he manages the money.
Damn right. Tell you, baby. I live this gimmick.
Damn right.
I don't just talk this shit, y'all.
Dub, tell the people, because you all outside. Tell the people where they can't find you.
Thanks. There we go. Oh, I can't wait to
Well,
hear this.
after next weekend, you won't be able to find me in the place that I'm currently recording at because I am moving into the Casa de la Streets.
Oh,
Yeah, so the guy's gonna need a week off.
Casa de Street.
You know, get back in these streets and closer to my element of these streets. You know, we gonna upgrade the internet over there, so you know.
One gig.
Yeah, the video gonna be looking bright.
What's his name? Was it Brandon Marsh? Was this?
Who? What?
Randy Marsh. Randy Marsh mean.
Oh yeah. Ectoplasm everywhere. Everywhere. But
Slimer again. I'm gonna get you, Slimer. No.
outside of that, guys, if you're looking for me every Tuesday,
So
embrace the turn up except for next Tuesday. No pods for your boy next Tuesday. Next week, I should say. And Twitter,
We'll be
IG,
here.
ADUB1220. Other than that, E-Ray, tell the people where you were healing off on them at.
Everywhere, because I am E-Ray, the quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the man of 7/8 teeth, Peen Malenko, American Cream Brody Loads. Oh my God, Von Swagner in the building. You can find me at E_RAY, the bad guy, on the Instagrams, doing the most random shit, posting the most random shit, because it's just to my liking. That's where I'm usually most active, on the stories, not so much on the posts. Still follow for upcoming Binge Flicks and Chill. We are coming back. We got a whole supersized season coming back for you guys. Gonna probably start off with Revenge of the Sequel. We're gonna do chapters. So we're gonna bring some different chapters in, kind of make some sense of things, so we get some themes going in there at a high clip. See how we like it. Just playing around with some experimental things here, guys. Also, you can find me at E_RAY, the hipster, on the Twitters. Still shenanigizing and doing all types of ridiculousness all over the Twitter sphere, having the Twitters moving when I'm not in the helm of the illustrious Let Me Book Pod chat or Twitter. I am then on my own, just putting over the Twitter, because that's what I do. I'm a good guy like that, even though they call me bad. Other than that, guys, you can find me on other podcasts, the Inaudible Ruckus podcast, typically every Friday, Saturday release. And then you can find me doing my fragrance thing and merch. More merch coming soon. Go get your merch for Binge Flicks and Chill. Let Me Book the Territory merch coming soon. And lastly, do need to let you know, we appreciate the ratings. We want you to comment. We want you to subscribe to the podcast. 5-star ratings. Leave a comment.
Yeah.
Y'all did the 5-star ratings, but y'all didn't leave no comments.
Yeah.
Leave a comment, and I will read your rating and review of the podcast, or whatever the hell you say. You just want to say, hey, titties, 5 stars.
Yep.
Bet. I got you. I
Yep.
got you. Whatever you're doing, I'm gonna read it, or we're gonna read it, so that way I don't have to get myself canceled. But guys, other than that, as the most constipated one says, when I'm out in the streets, because he is the streets, too sweet me when you see me. As BA likes to say, if it ain't blonde, I ain't there. And then, as I like to say, let the madness wash over you, as always. Guys, it's been another episode of Let Me Book the Territory, and we are out of here.
I don't know what E-Ray was talking about.